success.
What's up? Welcome to your new favorite podcast, The Ain't Shit Show, the home of booze, views, and unpopular opinions. I want to thank y'all for joining us for episode 83.
Yeah. Welcome, motherfuckers.
My name is Fresh, and I'm one half of the pod guys, and with me is the best man in all the podcast land, Mr. B.
Yeah. What's good? What's popping with the population? What's going on?
Hey.
What's going on out there?
B.
Mm-hmm.
It is our 2-year anniversary of the podcast. Actually, it's on the 27th, but you know, that's the Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the Saturday. By the time y'all hear this, it'll be 24th, 25th. So on the 27th, I need y'all to have another drink for us.
Mm-hmm. Just take your shirt off wherever you are at that time when you're listening.
And twist it around your head like a helicopter.
You gotta do all that. Just take your shirt off. Take your shirt off. Let your tits show. Let your tits breathe. Maybe if you're at the pool, flash somebody. You know, nothing special.
Well, all of that. Y'all can definitely do all of that. It's crazy because it does not seem like 2 years. It's crazy that this has been going on for 2 years. B, you've actually, been on for like a year and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't that crazy?
Time be moving, man. Time be fucking moving.
Time has been fucking moving. Like, it's just crazy because I remember the 1 year. I remember putting, having it be the idea and going through the, motions to execute it. And now we got, thousands of y'all who listen to us and put up with our bullshit every single week. It's just crazy. I just want to thank y'all for,
That's a fact. Appreciate y'all for rocking with us.
For sure. Thank y'all for rocking with us. Like, for real. I get on my soapbox sometimes off air, you know what I'm saying, about it's a lot of fucking bullshit podcasts out here. You know what I mean? That got poor sound quality, just dumbass content, or is boring, and they got a lot of sponsors. Y'all heard me, gripe about that a few podcasts back. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, it's just like, I enjoy this. I enjoy, talking to B every week, and us getting together and, like, chopping it up and getting each other's views on things, and, us disagreeing about shit, or fighting the power together, or, whatever. So B, I just want to, take this time to say, I appreciate you.
Yeah, I appreciate you. I appreciate you saying that. And I appreciate you, being my significant other in this podcast world. Pause. No homo, I guess. I don't know if that relates, but you know what I mean. But,
it works for me. No homo definitely works for me in this occasion. Yeah, man, went through transitions, and, we made this shit work, and we've grown this shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, and, just with all that, like I said, I was griping about other shit, but, like, on God, on everything, like, I really appreciate y'all coming, listening to us every single week. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's podcasts out here that, do like 100 listens and less than that. You know what I'm saying? I went to a thing where a lady said, it was 2 people listening every week, and she was cool with that. You know what I'm saying? So, I can't, I count my blessings for, the thousands of y'all that listen and download and stream and all of that every week. And, I said, if I facilitated a meeting once a week and 20 people showed up every week, I would have the meeting every week. You know what I'm saying? So, with thousands of people, like, I'm just grateful, and I appreciate y'all, and for all of y'all who put somebody else onto our podcast. We really, really, really appreciate it. Like,
that's a fact. Shout out to all y'all niggas.
Y'all my niggas. Man. Y'all my niggas as well. And for the feedback and writing in and all of that. And, while we still in anniversary vibe, I want to announce that we are launching our website.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
www.theaintshitshow.com.
You bitch.
And, that's the X where the I will be. Y'all already know. That's like that. And we on there. For y'all who, don't follow on social and want to know how me and B Hill look, our pictures are on there. We sexy,
who doesn't?
You know?
Who even goes to web? I mean, when's the last time? I guess I definitely still go to websites, but like IG and shit and Twitter and every other fucking social media you can definitely see how we look because both of our shits are on our fucking Instagrams. But yeah, come visit the website. Yeah. Check it out. It's dope.
If y'all don't know, y'all can go there. Y'all can even listen to the show from there. You know what I'm saying? So, we have a lot of different platforms that we on and, every device does not support every platform.
That's a fact.
So if y'all actually go to the website and listen from the website, you can listen from the computer, Android, iPhone, any device you have, tablet, all of that. You know what I'm saying? And, if y'all need to contact us, that's what it is. So we're happy to announce the website. And for all of y'all asking for merch, we gonna get there. We gonna sell y'all some merch.
Oh shit, I got a t-shirt y'all can get.
Oh, so, shout out to that. What do you think about most when you think about the past year and a half for you, B? Like, what's significant? Like, what stands out?
Most recently, it's just like in terms of time, I guess, because time just moves. Saw like some shit on Instagram right before we started recording. Kevin Hart was on Joe Rogan's podcast, and I think Joe Rogan asked him why he goes so hard, and he was like, the sun don't stop and the moon don't stop. So he was like,
True.
Every morning the sun gonna be there, every night the moon gonna be there, and he was like, so I got to be there and be accountable for it too. Meaning, obviously that like time stops for nobody. And it hit me because my homeboy passed away. Yesterday was the year anniversary that he passed away and shit. And I'm like, damn, that shit like seemed like yesterday. You know what I mean?
Yesterday.
So it's crazy. Like the days a long time. What did it say? The days are long, years are short. So, it just, kind of reflected because I've been doing this it doesn't seem like I've been doing it for so long, but I mean, shit, a year and a half is a long time.
A year and a half is a long time.
Yeah, a lot happens within a year's time. So, I'm just thankful, to be on this side of the ground and being able to voice opinions and discuss random shit that comes about and, connect with people that I would not necessarily normally connect with across the world in one way or another. So, thankful for it all. You know what I mean? Thankful for it all.
Yeah. I particularly like the things that stand out to me is not any like one thing per se, but I just enjoy the fact that people like really pay attention to the shit that we say more so than we even pay attention to the shit that we say. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas that come up to me that I know personally or, know who I am or, whatever. And they'll say some shit I said and I'm looking at them like, what the fuck you talk about? They like, you said on the show, I was like, oh shit, I be talking. I don't be knowing. I don't remember the shit I say.
Like, it's so many people that listen that you don't necessarily, like just in normal conversation, you know what I'm saying? That you like have no idea that they may listen or have listened to some shit you said. And when they, recant that shit to you and shit, it's like, oh, damn.
Yeah. Right.
And then that's a weird feeling. That's a super weird feeling.
It is a super weird feeling. That's why I be trying to have you, edit some shit out because when we get famous, they're going to be able to go through everything you said and figure out who you at, where you live at, everybody, your kids, everything. They going to know everything about B, where he worked at, all the places he went to school. Don't have no controversy pop up and shit. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't tripping. If I was scared of some shit, I wouldn't be doing no podcast.
Hey, I feel you on that. Hey, that's why I be like, yo, B, you gonna shout out everybody? Everybody might not want that shit.
Yeah, that'd be all right.
But it's crazy because I think the thing that be freaking me out the most is random family members that be listening to my shit, because I really don't promote this within like my family. Like my siblings and my mom know about it, but I be telling her she can't listen. I'm sure she probably snuck and listened a couple times. Do your parents listen?
Hell no.
Do they know?
Yeah, I mean, she know. My mom really don't know what a podcast is, though.
Got you.
Yeah, that shit don't come on TV or some shit. She ain't really with it.
That's crazy, because I'll be listening to I listen to like other, like, you know, more popular podcasts like The Read and whoever else, and they, you know, they be like, their parents didn't really pay their shit no attention, and then be like, wait, so you getting paid for this? Like, so you on TV for this? Like, wait, what the fuck going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, my mom still be like, how do I get to it? But the crazy thing about it is I have like aunts and older cousins that's my mom age that be listening. So I'm just like, shit, what the fuck did I say on that last podcast? Cause I know they be sitting around judging.
Yeah, word.
I don't be giving a fuck about that though. No, I really don't be caring about that, cause I'm grown.
And shit and talk about life experiences. You can't. I mean, obviously you got certain shit you got to hold back, but at the same time, like, you got to, you know, I mean, for entertainment purposes, you got to be relatable. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, facts. But for real, thank y'all. www.theaintshitshow.com. Go check it out. Save it to your favorites. Tell a friend to tell a friend, as always. How was your weekend, my man?
Weekend was good. Weekend was actually pretty dope. Actually, I had a pretty good weekend. What did I do? Friday, I ain't really do shit. Little regular degular shit. Fridays, I like Fridays, but it's just because my new job now, I get off at 2:30 on Friday, so like it's actually like a little extended weekend, so that shit was pretty dope. But what I do? What else I do? I ain't do shit Friday, Saturday, and it was hot as a motherfucker all fucking weekend. So it was a Northside reunion. I'm from the North Side of Raleigh, you know what I'm saying? And it was a Northside reunion. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to make it, much to my dismay, because I wanted to go, because a bunch of my people, like mad niggas I knew from, you know what I mean, from the North Side, from being a kid to being an adult, you know what I'm saying? It was out there and shit, you know. So unfortunately I couldn't make it, but it was a dope event. I was able to contribute a little bit. Damn, I forgot to get my damn thing. Just thought about it. But, you know, you lone nigga shit, you got to pick that shit up ASAP. But,
right, fact.
Yeah, so it was a good turnout for that. But, the reason I couldn't make it, I ended up going to the 85 South show, on Saturday in Durham. And,
how was that?
That was pretty dope.
Was it what you hoped and dreamed?
It was cool. I went to the 7 o'clock show, so I don't know if the 10 o'clock show was a little live. It was still, I had a good time. Tickets were a little expensive, and I don't think it was necessarily worth that, because I didn't see.
How much you pay for it?
Them shits was like $180 for 2. So,
woo! Yeah, shout out to them.
Yeah, they killing. That bitch
shout
was sold
out to them, because I
that bitch was sold out.
That
like that shit was sold out. Because the Carolina Theater is like, it's three tiers. You know what I'm saying? So like the ways. That shit was packed. That shit was sold out for sure. So
niggas probably weren't drunk enough yet.
That's what I said. Like, but I was thinking that they would have been all right. Like, that would have been the first show. I don't know. And plus, I ain't feel like going mad late, so I was like, fuck it. Cause I ain't want to go. Like, my thought was like, I'm like, I'll go to the first show and then end up doing some other shit versus like going at a late show, and then them niggas might not be as, I don't know. It was, you know, it was luck of the draw, but it was cool. It was cool. I'll give it like it was a B+, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay. I had a good time, you know what I'm saying? I had
all three of them was there? Yeah. Chico, okay.
Yeah, okay. So, I had a good time for what it was worth, and then Saturday, and then I had like, so it was some nigga, so it was some shit, like, people be posting some shit on Instagram, and it was a club, it was this dude called Lobster Trap. So it was like some nigga that.
Okay. It's a nigga named Lobster Trap?
Yeah. So he was apparently selling lobster and shit. Like, he was, you know, like doing his business and shit. And like a couple of my people and shit, and my cousins and shit from Durham, they was, posting the shit on Instagram. So I was like, damn, that shit look kind of good. It was like fried lobster and different fish and shit, you know what I'm saying? Which I'm a fan of. So I was like, all right, fuck it, I'm gonna go. So we ended up trying to find the shit while we in Durham. And like, we called a couple of her cousins and shit, and they telling us where to go. It's off 55 and shit. So we like, all right, we go to 55.
Okay. From shout out to 55. I used to live off 55.
Yeah, that shit. So anyway, he like over there by the Briggs and the Food Line and all that shit.
Yeah, so, that's my old neighborhood, but on the Cary side. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. That shit hood. It ain't that hood. It's straight. But anyway, so we end up going, and like, the shit was, the shit was set up in a fucking Indian restaurant though. So like, I'm looking for like lobster trap or something like that. But the shit like, you go into my cousin and shit. She was like, oh no, you go into the Indian restaurant and then they sell the food there. So I'm like, so they don't sell Indian food? She was like, I guess, but they sell lobster food. Like they said, it was a nigga in the back.
Lobster food.
Lobster food. That was stupid. They sell lobster and seafood and shit. And I was like, what? So like when you walk in, and it just so happens to be a club, and we had got there like right when the shit was about to be a club. And it was that same club that I sent you the video with the niggas that got killed and shit. Like, yeah. I don't know how the shit's still open.
Bruh, I knew it was that place. Remember I asked you, is this over on 55?
Yeah.
And you was like, I don't even know.
I knew
you
it was
know
on
what I'm saying?
55. I didn't know where it was on 55. But
bruh, I used to be like a O'Brien's or something like that.
Yep,
like
it's definitely used to be O'Brien's, because that's exactly how the fuck the shit is set up.
Facts. Facts. I knew how that shit looked because it was like 5 different things when I lived there. Yeah. So it like the last time I came there, it was something else. I was like, damn, can't shit stay in this location.
So it's an Indian restaurant, like a normal. It's like the nigga from Holy Moly Donut Shop. It's a nigga, he run that shit. Like he had that shit. He looked funny. But the nigga from Next Friday, Holy Moly Donut Shop, the nigga with the accent and shit. He run that shit. It was that nigga.
Pooh?
Yeah, it was him. So like, I walk in and shit. I'm like. But they got like the normal sign for the Indian, whatever the fuck, it's like Bahara or some stupid shit. And then you walk in and it's a goddamn
some
like
shawarmas and
it's like lobster trap is like on like somebody wrote that shit on some poster board. I'm like,
oh my God.
So like I'm like really my old lady wanted to go to this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, man.
Oh, you gonna put it on her?
Yeah, hell yeah, I'm definitely putting it on her. Cause I was telling her, I was like, man, fuck this shit. Cause we couldn't find it and then like, it's just too much. I'm like, we already downtown, Darren. We might as well just stay downtown to eat something. But she was so pressed to do this shit. So we go in there, motherfucker. Like, it's like one Indian family and it's like 9:30. So you can tell like they wrapping up, they ready to go. So like we sitting there and shit and they, all of a sudden the DJ fucking equipment come in and shit. I'm like, man, look at this shit here. So, ordered our food. It was expensive. It really wasn't that good. It wasn't bad, but it really wasn't worth the money. So like, we ended up leaving there and, I text my cousin like, cause he didn't know where it was. And I was like, yeah, man. I was like, it was some shit on 55. He was like, oh yeah. That's what he told me. He was like, that's the club that I sent you that video of. I was like, you know what? That food tastes like niggas get killed in that motherfucker. That shit is trash. That shit,
the food tastes like
death. But yeah, so that was cool. And then Saturday I watched the fight at my homeboy's crib and shit. After that, I ended up going after the 85 South show and eating. I dropped my old lady off and shit and went to my homeboy crib and watched the Pacquiao and Thurman fight, which was a really good fight. Pacquiao pulled it out. Old nigga, 40 years old. It's crazy because I was looking like that nigga 40 as hell, super duper rich. I'm sure he owes a lot of people still. You know what I mean? Like he still ain't get the amount of money because he fought he's 61-7-2. No, yeah, 61-7-2. So that's basically fucking. What's that? That's 70 fights. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, if I'm 40 years old, I ain't getting my ass whooped. Like, I'm not, like, cause that's what a CTE, like, that's where that shit comes about. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you're young and you a boxer and shit and you go undefeated, say 29-0 or some shit like that, 30-0, knocking niggas the fuck out. That's not where the CTE comes cause you're still quick. You're still able to, maneuver and shit, not take as much abuse or punishment or whatnot. Well, when you get later in age, that's when boxing niggas get fucked up in the game. Like Muhammad Ali when he was old, like when he was fighting George Foreman and when he was fighting fucking Joe Frazier and shit, niggas was getting fucking pulverized and shit. You know what I'm saying? And like, somebody I saw watching was like, I'm a boxing fan if y'all haven't already known, but he was like, having a good chin is a gift and a curse because when you get older, like, Muhammad Ali had a crazy chin. Like that bitch could take extreme amounts of punishment, like punch that nigga dead in his shit. He's not falling down versus like the smart motherfucker or the person who doesn't have the strongest chin gonna get knocked out maybe in the second. He gonna get his clock wrong, but that shit over with. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I was looking at Manny, that nigga was swole as fuck. And I'm like, he 40 years old, you rich as fuck, and you still like just a glutton for punishment. Like you still getting
How much money? How much money? How much money you would make and say, okay, I'm good, I'm stopping if you was a boxer?
I mean, if I'm Manny Pacquiao and I own damn near an entire country, I'm a senator, possibly on my way to be president. And I'll live in LA, but I also own fucking the Philippines. I'm chilling. Yeah. If I'm 40 years
old. How much
old,
money?
I don't know.
Give me a number. For you.
For me, shit. I mean, I ain't fucking getting punched in the face.
So you wouldn't be a boxer at all.
Right now, motherfucker give me $1 million, I'll do it, but I ain't doing that shit no more. But I say that until I get there, and then the motherfucker have another 10 million on the table for me. You know what I'm saying? Like for example, Floyd, you know, that nigga was making 300 a whop. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, 300 a whop.
All I need is one, bruh. 300. Like, once I get that first 300, I'm good.
That's a lot of bread. That's a
lot of bread. Like, that's a lot of bread.
I'm like, yo, Pacquiao, like, I mean, and he just won a belt. Like, he didn't have any belts prior. Like, I mean, obviously in the past he did, but like in the past 3-4 years he had no belts. He won a belt this particular fight against Keith Thurman, which is a really good fight. And then Keith Thurman's a good fighter, but I don't know. It just don't seem like I was like, that nigga is swole as fuck. And like, I'm 36. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I couldn't imagine getting my ass whooped today. You know what I'm saying? Like, and being cool with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, granted, I might cash a check, but I don't want to be swole the fuck up and shit and all. You know what I'm saying? That nigga was swole. He won the fight and didn't look as bad as the other nigga, but still.
Bruh.
He was tired and shit. Like, you don't see Manny Pacquiao get tired. You know what I'm saying?
I think outside of the CTE shit, I think outside of CTE and like long-term damage, I feel like, you know, you making that much money and one night, you'll put some ice on it. You'll be all right. Yeah, I think you'll fight another time.
Yeah, if I've been doing that shit forever though, like that shit everything, all good things must come to an end. I'm not just gonna keep getting punched in the face. I think
they both got enough money. You know what I'm saying? Like him, Floyd, you know what I'm saying? Like they got a lot of money. Like it's enough for both of them to just
and he been antagonizing
quit and be
Floyd.
Cool.
So like he been antagonizing Floyd to try to get him back in the ring for a rematch. But I don't think
Floyd retired, right?
Yeah, he been retired. But he was retired before and fought like he came out of retirement twice.
Yeah. And he fought like that. Like fought some little guy for a bunch of money, like in a private fight or some shit.
That wasn't a little guy. McGregor was big.
I thought it was Floyd.
Oh, you talking about that little Chinese dude?
Yeah, whoever. Like it was like some little young guy.
Yeah, the Chinese dude
beat up for like
he beat him up for like 10 million.
Yeah, like real quick though.
Yeah, I forgot.
Like
about
you can't tell me you ain't gonna come out of retirement for 10 million. Somebody who you know you can whoop their ass real quick.
Yeah, But if I'm like, if it's a fucking former world champion or a potential world champion or a current world champion, that shit ain't no walk in the park, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause
it ain't.
Like Manny knocked the nigga, like he knocked him down in the first round, like clean, smooth. Like old Manny, that shit would have been out of here. The fight would have been over. You know what I'm saying? Like the fight would have been over. Like if he would have hit that nigga like that 7-8 years ago, no more fight. You know what I'm saying? But that nigga shook back. Like he ended up winning like the last 5 or 6 rounds and shit. And it was significant. And I'm like, man, I'd have been like, and Manny looked tired. And I'm like, man, fuck this shit. But I don't know, cuz. But, you know,
listen,
I ain't been put in that position where I got that, you know, that opportunity put on the line. So certainly, you know, something begs the question, but that shit was interesting.
Right. Hey, listen, all I'm saying is put me in a position where I'm making a whole bunch of money real quick and let's see how I act.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Let's have that experience. Let's have that experience.
Getting punched and shit and fighting and shit, like that shit tiring as fuck. And then like you trying to do that shit, I don't know, man. That shit, like working out for an hour and a half period today is a difficult task.
That's because that's not what we do. These niggas, this all they know. You know what I'm saying? Like most professional athletes, this the only life they know. So this is what they're conditioned to. And when they're not doing this thing, they don't know what to do with themselves. You know what I'm saying?
But he a senator. Like he got other shit to do. Like you can run a country, my nigga. Like the fuck. Like,
right. Yeah. Right. Nah. That shit ain't fun. That shit just for clout and to probably help your people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know,
I'm cool.
Listen, like, I'm cool with it too. You know what I mean? Like, I'm cool. But we're talking about, like these billionaires and, you know, shit like that. And like, when is money enough money? You know what I'm saying? Like, because you have like, the Trumps of the world and all of that, you know.
$1 billion, shit is too much money. Like,
but we talking about people with like multiple billions of dollars,
that's
like Jeff
like,
Bezos.
Multiple billions is too much. Like that shit is some American shit. Like that shit is that shit is a capitalistic society. Because honestly, you don't need a fucking $1 billion. You know what I mean?
But like, that's when I hate, that's when I see these posts. You've seen this post. We've all seen this post on Instagram where it's just like, it shows like, Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, I think, homeboy, what's Facebook? That
Zuckerberg.
Nigga, Zuckerberg, you see this picture of them looking basic, whatever. And it's like X billions of dollars, no jewelry, no chains, no whatever. But here's the thing I don't like. Here's the thing I don't like about that post, right? Because my whole thing about it is, do you have to be these niggas who, blow all their money on bullshit? No. Hell no. However, I'm not saying, I think you should do whatever the fuck you want to do. Why make all this money and not buy shit? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, what, you just addicted to making money. You know what I'm saying? Like, once you got enough money for your kids, and you have enough money to literally, like, you got that type of money that they have, you can go fix a Chicago, a DC, or whatever part of Raleigh you want to. You know what I'm saying? You can go do all of that shit. Like, you can literally buy a country if you want to. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all have more money than countries have. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all got more personal wealth than some countries than a lot of countries in the world. You know what I'm saying? Your personal bank account. So I'm just like, ain't nothing wrong with if you got it, doing what the fuck you want to do with it. You know what I'm saying? I don't like really approve of some of the ignorant shit, like, what a Floyd or whatever do. But, cause I just think he's an asshole all around. However, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's okay to live with your money. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't feel bad about spending your money.
Especially when you, like, work hard for that shit. Like, Floyd, for example, like, aside from all the bullshit, like, he dedicated himself, like, in terms of, like, I guess just the dedication and the excellence in doing a specific thing for so long and being the master of it. I think that's where the respect come in. Like, the personality and all that other shit, that shit is trash. But, like, for me personally with Floyd and even any other boxer or any other person, I guess, that, achieves their goals. But because that shit, like, you gotta, in order to be worth $300 million to bring a draw, like, you gotta be worth that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta be worth the price of admission. So I applaud that shit just because that man is extremely disciplined, and you gotta be extremely disciplined to get that. And have never lost a fight and shit like that. It's just, I don't know, like, that part is what I respect. You know what I'm saying? Like, the dedication, the fucking persistence, the fucking diligence that you gotta have in order to, reach your goals and shit. That's what I fuck with, that part of it. Like, I mean, Serena and anybody that's, you know what I mean, like, reach stellar levels.
I appreciate people who obtain wealth through whatever skill set that they have, who reach the epitome of whatever their sport or genre or category is. I appreciate that. Floyd's just not my cup of tea. 50 Cent's just not my cup of tea. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have a personal, people normally not my cup of tea who have all these blessings and just are assholes. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know, you know what I'm saying, what Floyd does behind the scenes to maybe help his community or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? But as you showing and flashing all of this dumb shit and taking every moment you can to speak out against whatever the movement is, like with black people, you support Trump, you do all this shit. You're vocal about all the wrong shit. You know what I'm saying? So I have no respect for motherfuckers who get these blessings and use it to be fucking dipshits. Like, I respect what you do as a business person to get that. You know what I'm saying? But Floyd ain't my cup of tea. I've never liked Floyd. Every time I've seen anything related to Floyd, it's been ignorant. It's been stupid. It's been all of that. I've never liked him, and I never probably will like him. Like, that's just what it is. Like, when you get blessings, when you're blessed with this talent, God gave you that talent. Yeah, discipline. Yeah, all that. But you got all that from God. And when you don't use your blessings right, I can't respect you as a person. Like, I don't respect him. And that's cool. He don't need my respect. He got a whole lot of money. He got multiple bitches. He got multiple houses. He show his money on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Every other day. Shout out to him, but I just can't respect it. I just can't respect it. It could be anybody. It could be you. If you turned out like that, I won't fuck with you either. Like, it's just, I just don't fuck with people that present themselves that way. And nigga, like, you black, like, you know what I'm saying? We gonna get back on the ASAP Rocky shit, you know, like a little bit later. Like, don't let all of this money and this clout and all of that deter you from the fact that you black in America. And when you get to a point, you gotta help other people out. You gotta bring other people up. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just what it is for me. But that, you know, that's my personal, you know, soapbox. Anyway, off of boxing. You sent me I want to talk to you about this because I found it funny prior to you sending it to me. I've been seeing it for a couple of days, but you sent me a post about accents or whatever, and the worst accents and shit. And we've been talking about this for a couple of days because I saw that song prior to the accent thing, and I was like, yo, this is so fucking trash. You were talking about the North Raleigh reunion and all of that. And you know, Raleigh and Durham swear they so different, but I'm a transplant, so I don't know the difference. Shit look the same to me. Is there a different, can you spot or hear the difference between a Raleigh nigga and a Durham nigga?
Kind of, sort of. I mean, yeah, I mean, not, yeah, hell yeah. Once you get to like kicking it with them and chilling with them, absolutely. Durham niggas is nuts. Like, them niggas breathe a different type of air. They fucking crazy as fuck. But yeah, I mean, you can tell the differences, like, not necessarily like an accent or twang or whatever, but I mean, obviously a certain like vernacular and shit that we say and that other people say. But now, you know, with internet and shit be blurred lines. But like old school Raleigh motherfuckers, you know, they have certain things that they say that let you know that they grew up here type shit. And it's, I guess, the same for Durham niggas, but you can just tell from Durham, like, Durham just a different type of, they just different, you know what I'm saying? Like, they just different type of niggas. They good niggas. I got a bunch of niggas from Durham I fuck with, but them niggas be hood as fuck. Like, most niggas from Durham is hood as fuck in some capacity. You know what I'm saying? Like, not everybody from Raleigh hood as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody I know
so
from
wait,
Durham.
You saying everybody from Durham hood and just some of the people from Raleigh hood?
Yeah, nah, I mean, like, it's just like difference. Funny. You know what I'm saying? Like, most niggas that I know from Durham is fucking got some hood nigga shit with them. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just, like, it's just a predominantly black city. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a little different. Like a lot of their schools is black schools. You know what I'm saying? Or like a large population of black schools. So it's just a little different. But
because it's less diverse. You think
it's just less diverse.
It's getting gentrified now, but you feel like historically it was less diverse than Raleigh.
My age group, like the 30s, the 40s, the 45s and shit. Oh yeah, them niggas is different. That's old Durham.
Excuse me. It's crazy
now these young niggas in Durham crazy as hell too.
It's crazy because the discussion prior to you sending me that post today, the discussion a couple days ago was like, it's crazy that Baltimore 45 minutes from DC, but they so fucking different.
They
like,
super different.
They so fucking different. Like, and that blue, ooh, shit, like worse. That shit crazy. Baltimore people just different, bro. Like, Baltimore just different.
I know a lot of Baltimore motherfuckers.
So when people be like, where you from? Like, I'll be like, DC. They be like, oh yeah, cause you like you sound like you from Baltimore. No, the fuck I don't. I don't sound nothing like Baltimore at all. I don't sound nothing like Baltimore.
DC like, got a distinct accent too though. But it's like, you can tell, like, it's all encompassing, but y'all's ain't as bad. But like, yeah, I talked to a nigga today from DC at work, and he was a fucking like, That nigga was like 20, so he was a straight DC little nigga. Like, he was
high
as fuck out his mind and shit. I'm like, nigga, concentrate. The fuck? Like, trying to work on you getting the fucking rental car, bitch ass nigga. Hurry up. He's like, what the fuck? I'm like, man, this nigga here. Like, this dumb nigga. He was from Northwest too, I think. That's where you from, right?
Yeah, uptown. Yeah. Yep. Northwest. Who got the best accent and the worst accent? Like, period.
Baltimore's the worst by far.
You think that it works? Yeah.
I hate Baltimore accents. Like
Baltimore
it's not
has
like even
the
girls
worst
don't
accent.
Sound sexy with that shit. Like New Orleans and Louisiana, like Louisiana and New Orleans, Baton Rouge, that shit is my favorite accent personally.
Hey, that's crazy because we agree on both of them. I feel like that's the best.
We talked about this before. Like we done said it. We done talked about this a couple times on the show. But yeah, New Orleans by far. I like South Carolina, like the Geechee shit. South Carolina shit dope too. But like the interesting fact, I don't know if I said this or not, but the correlation between, because a lot of people from South Carolina sound like they're from Louisiana and vice versa. Like it's a little like obviously it's more dialect driven, but
I said, go ahead, give them the history.
Oh yeah, just like those Charleston history. And New Orleans were the number 1 and 2 slave ports for from Western Africa. So Charleston was, they say Charleston is a direct line. Like Bermuda is a stopping point. Mm-hmm. But if you were able to throw a direct, I guess, a football directly across the ocean, it would end up in West Africa. You know what I'm saying? Like right on the coast. So it's a direct line. So that, and then when they came through, like the southern tip and shit, like they used to come through Spain, and that's how they got in Louisiana and New Orleans and shit. So those are number 1 and 2 ports for slaves, which is obviously their derivative of African. So that's like more of the African dialect and twang and shit. So that's why they talk like that. And are very dark skinned. If you go to Charleston, there's a lot of dark skinned people there. There's a lot of dark skinned people in Louisiana too.
Yeah, and it's hot as fuck there. Yeah, in both places.
Both spots actually. So yeah,
be
that's,
black
but yo, those are my 2 favorites out of like the Cali shit. Like Cali dudes' accents be weird, you know what I'm saying? Like certain things that they say, like hella, like Northern California people, they accent is wild. And I'm trying to think who else the fuck.
I like, so like the other accent that I like is British accents, but only on black people.
Mm-hmm.
Like your Idris Elba's and your other British black American.
I don't like when they
black,
rap though. That
not
shit
American.
Trash. Their raps.
No, just
trash.
talking, just speaking, not rapping. Yeah, cause I told you I really couldn't really like get with Stefflon Don. Like I couldn't get with her. Like that accent throws everything off when she rapping. Yeah. But just talking, I'm with it. You know what I'm saying?
I like the islands too. The islands is dope. Like I don't like Jamaica necessarily, but like Bermuda or Bahamas, they got a nice accent. Like it's not too Jamaican and still like you can still understand it. Cause if you like speak to a real like patois, that shit, I don't know what the fuck them niggas be talking about. That shit just be sounding crazy. But like somebody like Rihanna's accent is amazing. Like she's got one of the greatest. She's just fucking dope, period. Like, it's nothing.
Yeah, her farts you can't really talk about. Yeah, you can't really say shit about Ree. Like, she just everything.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah, man. I was this weekend myself. I was I had a good weekend. I can't even complain. I did Groove. Groove is once a month. R&B party, that's always good. You get drunk, do some green, and go sing your motherfucking heart out amongst, a sea of black people. That was absolutely dope. But I also, watched, it came on after Growing Up Hip Hop, but it was called Hip Hop and Privilege or something like that, but it highlighted Jermaine Dupri.
Oh yeah, that shit was dope. It needed to be way longer
though. I found it very interesting, so I take it that you watched it.
Yeah, shit was dope. I'm a JD fan. Like I've been a JD fan.
I love JD as far as music and shit like that. Like I love that shit. Super talented, you know what I'm saying? But I found very interesting that when he was talking about, how the brat came about, whatever, it was kind of like a 360 back to his thoughts that he have now. He didn't think that female rappers can sell. It was a hassle. And wasn't nobody really with it. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, talking about him last week and his views on female rap and all of that, I just found that fact was very interesting, because even though he's had a successful female rapper, pretty much he basically feels the same way. Like, that never really changed, you know what I'm saying, for JD. But another thing that really got me thinking is that in regards to the Brat as well, and you know, we all know that, well, you and I know that, you know, Brat was the first platinum female rapper, right? But when these conversations have come up prior to this big wave of female rappers now, I rarely hear the Brat's name when we talk about rappers.
Well, that's true.
Like female rappers.
Yeah, and she write her own raps and everything. Like, that's yeah. Niggas don't be giving her props. That's a fact.
So it's like rappers that I feel like names never come up in the conversation. We always hear about, you know, the Kims, the Eves, the Foxies. You know,
really
your Queen
Latifahs. Eve like
Latifahs.
that though. Like, niggas don't really be mentioning Eve like that. Like, they say Fox, Queen, Fox, you know,
MC Light.
Yeah, MC Light, but they don't never really say Eve. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you know, when they start, like, I'm not saying like top 5 type shit, but when they start talking about like the history of female rap, and, you know, female rap as a whole, Eve's name definitely comes up because she was with Rough Riders. So, you know, like back in the 90s, kids, like, you basically had to be affiliated with a crew. You know what I'm saying? As a female, you know what I'm saying? You had to be affiliated with a crew. E was down with Rough Riders. Kim was down with, Junior Mafia. You know what I'm saying? Foxy was down with, you know, the Firm and all them. You know what I'm saying? And Hove. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, I guess the Brat was with So Def. You know what I'm saying? But I think about like the Brat. She's never mentioned. Trina is never mentioned, bro. Trina's never mentioned. But Kim didn't write her own rhymes. And Kim was always
But she was
mentioned.
like a super duper star.
True. But Trina had her way. But when we talk about like just female rappers, like, I feel like Trina legit has been one of the only female rappers who has always been around.
Yeah.
Since her time. Like,
That's
she's
true.
the only female rapper who's always been around.
That's a fact.
She's never mentioned. You always mention Rod Digger. And then the sad part about it is you be reminding me of Rod Digger. I'll be like, yep, true, Rod
She's
Digger.
Newport,
you know
that's
what I'm
what fucked her up.
Shauna's never mentioned. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's female rappers out here that like.
Bitches won't never really mention. I mean, they had like hit singles and shit, but it's not to the point where like, I think with women, I guess you gotta have like, you had like in hip hop, in terms of hip hop, like, you can kind of go off lyricism and not necessarily be like a superstar. But not really, because even still, when they talk of, you know, the best rappers, it's always, you know, the ones who are, you know, major popularity and can rap type shit. Drake's, Cole's, Kendrick's, and obviously all the old niggas and shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I guess, yeah, you can't like, I mean, but even still, like, you can still be super nice as a dude and still get like notoriety and shit, you know what I'm saying? Versus like women, not necessarily. Like, you either got to be like a superstar lady, or you either like Kim, or you're like Charlie Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're either, like, true. It's like it's only like 1 or 2 tiers for women. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's superstar, like Dope, Nicki Minaj, Lil' Kim, Foxy Brown, Eve, the Brat at one point, or Charlie Baltimore and fucking, you know, fucking Rod Digger or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, all around those same lines. Like, it's not like or Rhapsody. Like, I kind of put Rhapsody is more like on that Rod Digger way, even though, I mean, taking nothing from her, because she's certainly Grammy nominated and shit like that, which, you know, means whatever to whoever. But I don't know. It's just, it's weird for rap, like women's rap. It's just, I mean, you know, it's always going to be, y'all got to fight harder for everything y'all get anyway. But
thank you for recognizing that.
Yeah, absolutely, no doubt. But yeah, so I think it's just like, it's like superstar or bust in terms of women's rap. You know what I'm saying? I guess.
Yeah. And the crazy thing about it is like, it's so many trash rappers out here, like male rappers, like so many. Like, I would say like 70% of male rappers are trash. Like current rappers that you hear on the radio, like 70% of them are trash. They just have good producers.
Blueface Baby. That nigga sucks.
He's super trash. That
nigga sucks. You see his sister going off, like giving him even more trash bars.
Yeah, I saw that.
Bitch, shut up. Like, you now, like, that shit's stupid. Like, I don't know. The internet is a fucking wild place, man. That shit makes motherfuckers do all type. Like, this whole clout chasing shit is the weirdest fucking thing. Like, the internet is clout chasing. Like, that shit is like synonymous with one another. Like, if you just go online, pick your phone up and start saying some shit to try to drive up some fucking views and shit, that shit is weird, man.
Yeah, I think, it's the thing of,
I wish
people just want attention.
I wish it wasn't on internet. I ain't gonna say it. I wish the internet was.
Stop lying.
Nah,
you wouldn't have shit to do if it wasn't no internet.
If I never had social media and shit again, like, I'm super addicted to it now just because, like, I'm used to having some shit in my hand, but life was grand without it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's all some shit that now that you got it, and somebody took the internet from you today, if Trump do his whole Nazi
shit like.
Bro, I don't even know what books feel like.
That shit.
Bro, like, seriously, trash. Like, on some real shit, like, I use books. I'm joking. However, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll use a book cause it's there. 9 times out of 10, like, like, I know people who in like grad school and shit like that or whatever, and they be like in the library. I'll be like, the library on the internet, right? Like, you sitting inside the fucking library. Listen. I've been out of school a long fucking time and I didn't go to the library for real. I probably went to the library 4 times.
Yeah.
I probably went to the library like 4 times. I'm being completely honest with y'all.
Nigga,
like,
so if a nigga was like, yo, go find this book with this Dewey Decimal System, your ass, for $1 million, your ass a goddamn.
Bruh, me and the Dewey short. Decimal, yeah, hell yeah.
Shout out to the niggas who know how to use the Dewey Decimal.
Hey, shout out to you who know how to use the Dewey Decimal
Shout out to
system.
me for knowing what the Dewey Decimal is. Like, shout out to me.
No, I feel like everybody should know what the Dewey Decimal system is.
Niggas definitely don't know what the Dewey Decimal is.
I feel like everybody over 30 should know what the Dewey Decimal system is, even if you ain't use it.
Niggas don't know what that shit is. Niggas, you hit a nigga, you like, yo, what's the Dewey Decimal system? You be like, Dewey? Who is Dewey? I don't know a nigga named Dewey.
Huey, Dewey, and Louie?
Tell you. I guarantee you.
DuckTales.
Post that shit on Facebook for your family. Like, anybody know what the Dewey Decimal System is?
Shit, I ain't posting that because my family be talking about regular shit. They act like they don't know. My mom be acting like she don't. Then she don't be knowing like basic shit. I be like, Ma, all right, I'm out because you playing right now. Like, I ain't got time for all that. She was like, I don't know what that mean. I'm like, you definitely know what that mean. I'm not about to play with you. Oh, speaking of moms, real quick, and then we gonna move on. You see homeboy who climbed the 15 stories to save his mama?
With a broke hip, mind you.
Bruh, that's adrenaline and love right there, bruh. Like,
I'd have probably got 9. Man, my hip would have started kicking in like, hey, you got a fractured hip, my nigga? But yeah,
I would have been on the bottom like, somebody give me a boost.
I ain't lying, nigga. I would call Iron Man. Like, Iron Man, I need you.
Hey.
I need you now.
And his mama was good. Like, his mama was good. I think he had a plan and everything. Like, he was going to get to a certain floor, climb over to the other balcony, go up the steps, like, do some shit with a broken hip. He was like, I love my mama. I ain't letting nothing happen to my mama. Like, everybody should hope for kids like that.
I ain't lying. I hope my kids like damn.
Right.
Come get me from damn upstairs, nigga.
Right.
Shit.
Right, from the one flight.
Yeah, nigga. I'm upstairs and I fall. Come get me, nigga. That's all I need to do.
These kids today gonna text you, be like, Daddy, house on fire. You getting out or not?
Word. That shit crazy.
House on fire. Nigga, they might not even text you the house on fire. They might just text a house emoji and a fire emoji and leave it like that and send that shit to you, bro. Hey, shout out to him though, man, cause he was about it. Like, I would hope. I love my mama. Mama, I love you. However, I just don't know if I got the Spider-Man in me to even try to attempt something like that. Now, of course, I would have did everything I possibly could.
How the fuck? What? A broke hip. Nigga had a fractured fucking hip.
Now you can understand how women get enough adrenaline to fucking push a car off their kid. Mm-hmm. And this nigga climbed 9 stories. I think he got to like 9 with a broken hip. Mm-mm. Stories, not feet, y'all. Stories. Like in between stories, there are whole ass apartments. So how tall is a story? Like motherfucking 20 feet a piece.
That shit crazy.
You know what I mean? Like that shit crazy. Shout out to him, man. Real quick, did you Brown and Proud? Want to get into Brown and Proud? Did you go see Lion King?
Nah, I was supposed to go tonight, but the damn movie theater lost power.
Damn, everything and everybody losing power. Look, it's hot out here. These motherfucking generators is going down. These
it was mad. We had mad
going
storms.
Around.
Like it was mad.
Oh, y'all had
lightning storms and thunderstorms and shit. So I don't know if that's what caused it. I don't know.
Well, you know, I've heard internet feedback of the Lion King. Before I get in there, I just want to say Brown and Proud, Lion King, blew way past industry expectations and made over 600 million this weekend. That's dope. And even though it's sponsored by Disney, and Walt Disney was allegedly a racist, this was a majority black cast. And I just feel like when we show them that we can make dollars, then they put us in more shit. That's how you get a black James Bond. That's how you get, you know, all of these things. So shout out to Beyonce and Childish Gambino and all the other, black people, on that Lion King set. Representation matters. So keep doing y'all thing. Proud of that. But I've heard a lot of mixed reviews about it, but they're also comparing it to the original, which is the cartoon.
One thing about movies, don't take nobody else's fucking opinion. Go see the shit yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the bottom line on movies. Like, everybody's gonna have a different opinion. Just go to the movie. Like, I've been told movies were really good and I didn't find them really good. And I've been told that movies are really bad and I found that they were excellent. So, my opinion on fucking going to the movies, you can give somebody your opinion or you can take somebody's opinion, but still go see that shit yourself if you want to see the movie. Like, don't let nobody's opinion deter you or sway you one way or another. Unless that shit is just leaps and bounds. Like, if they say it's really good, like Endgame, niggas told me it was really good before I saw it. It was really good to me. You know what I'm saying? But like, certain people didn't like it. I enjoyed the shit from fucking Rooter to the Tutor, but I guess my point is fucking go see the movie yourself. Like, cause people didn't like Get Out and shit. I love Get Out. That shit was good as hell.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But so my opinion on that is if there's a overwhelming response, in the negative, then I just wait. Cause it's not like I'm never gonna see the shit. I'll see the shit when the shit come to fucking cable or whatever the case may be. Now, that's not what I'm saying I'm hearing about the Lion King. I've heard like, literally like it's split down the middle. Either people liked it or they just like, I haven't heard nobody say they hated it. I ain't heard that.
I heard motherfuckers say they hate it. Like,
I heard people say like it wasn't as good.
It's the same story. Like, it can't be like, they were saying like the facial expressions on the lions and that. I'm like, they're animals. What the fuck? Like, I don't know. I'm going to see it. I can't wait to see it. I wanted to see it today.
I think I will, see it eventually. Like, I'm still, on this shit where I'm debating about this AMC pass. That's $30, which is still a good deal. But if I definitely get that AMC pass, I'm definitely going to go see it.
Come on Tuesdays. Tuesdays is a $5 day. Well, it is here and I know like most AMCs is $5.
What do I do on Tuesday?
I mean, you can go when you get off work.
I'm gonna go at 6:00 and be ready to pod now.
I mean, I went at 5:30.
You have children. Yeah. You go to the movies at 5:30 on a Tuesday. Like, that's just not how my life's set up. I can't even go to movies at 5:30 on a Saturday. So I definitely ain't gonna make it at 5:30 on a Tuesday. But you know, I'm thinking about getting the AMC pass. If I get the AMC pass, I definitely will go see that joint. Just cause I told you I need to be reintroduced to the Lion King so my heart can be touched like most of the black people that I know whose heart been touched, by the Lion King. But shout out to them just for making all that money and exceeding expectations. And black people can make money, man. You ready to get into little shit?
Yep.
Let's do it. Lit or Shit is our pop culture segment where we talk about all the fuck shit on your timeline. What is your advice today for our second 2-year anniversary?
I got a little the last bit of a kettle one that I had. So I was drinking earlier though. I went to my homeboy house, so I ain't really want to get too drunk. I gotta get up in the morning.
I feel you. I am being classy today because it is our 2-year anniversary. I'm sipping on some port wine, which is strong as hell. But it's good though. So put your cups up in the air and let's toast to them finally getting R. Kelly, man.
Oh yeah.
So
the Robert.
So Robert, do you want to go home with Robert? So, y'all know where R. Kelly at, you know what I'm saying? A few things have happened. You know, we could have reported on R. Kelly a few weeks back. However, with the R. Kelly story, shit just grows and grows and grows. So y'all know on, July 11th, R. Kelly was arrested on federal charges, right? So these charges is different than the previous charges. When you got that Fed case, it's a little bit different. On charges of child pornography, racketeering, bless you, and obstruction of justice. He has 2 indictments, one out of Chicago and one out of New York, and will remain in custody till August 2nd. His court date in New York is August 2nd. So he's going to be held without bond. So listen, all of you weird ass women out here that want to, bail out a pedophile, you got to chill. Keep your cash apps on pause for right now because they didn't set no bail for this nigga. So here's the funny things about, the funny thing about R. Kelly. R. Kelly is demanding access to a computer so he can finish his album despite being in jail on sex abuse and child pornography charges. As the world turned in R. Kelly news, R. Kelly's crisis manager, Darrell Johnson, y'all seen this nigga with the dreads and the side cut and all of that shit. He is no longer working for R. Kelly and he stepped down the other day. Now what happened was in an interview, Darrell Johnson was asked, would you leave your daughter with R. Kelly? He said that he would not leave his daughter with anyone who was accused of pedophilia. Well, of course, y'all know that creates a conflict of interest, right? Like, you can't say that about somebody that you're trying to, prove, innocent, like, of a crime. I feel like what he said was 100% correct. But you forgot all about your job and what your job is. So he stepped down on Monday and he said, I stepped down as the crisis manager for personal reasons. Now he said that R. Kelly is in good hands with Mr. Greenberg, and Mr. Greenberg is the original person that hired, I guess, the Darrell Johnson guy to represent R. Kelly. Not only is R. Kelly demanding a computer, his crisis manager has stepped down. Back at the ranch, the hostages is girls gone wild because they don't have no supervisor. So, Azriel Clary, which is the youngest of the two, the one who parents, I feel like they from Baltimore because of their accent, but in the documentary, they were Orlando. They was from Orlando. And R. Kelly got her when she was like 16, 17 years old. She been on Snapchat talking about her relationship with R. Kelly and that she loved him and, and she been twerking and showing off these body parts that were clearly purchased because nothing about them titties or that ass, look like they grew that way. Good work though. I will say that, but you can tell like it's enhancements. So R. Kelly out here purchasing body parts as well. People was asking her like, oh, you got a phone. Basically, you don't have no supervision. Now you all on Snapchat and shit, which we've never seen her on Snapchat, or anything prior to R. Kelly getting locked up. So this is what happens when your parents go away and you come out to play and shit. But she said she been had a phone, but she don't like posting because y'all always got something to say. She said she 21, about to be 22, and she don't have to talk to her parents if she don't want to. Now, while all of this is going on, please note that she literally sounds like a child. Like, you can tell, like, her growth stopped at a certain point in time. Like, she sounds like a teenager, basically. But if R. Kelly is evicted of these evicted. If he was convicted of these crimes, he can do a minimum of 15 years and a maximum of 152 years. B, federal. Is it over for Kells?
It should be.
Is it over?
Ain't no way he can shake back out of that shit, boy. You can't goddamn sing your way out of this one, my boy. It's Ove. Like,
he can't.
Ove. OVAY. That shit is.
He seemed a little bit delusional too. Like, he seemed like, it could be like that same like OJ shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a different time, my man. Like, it's vindication time. You know what I'm saying? Like, the reason you have these charges is because of the documentary and all of that stuff. They gonna put you away for something.
Oh yeah. It's a wrap. That nigga,
something. You're going to jail. Like, he want to finish his album and shit like that. First of all, my nigga, you are in jail because of child pornography and sexual abuse. You think they about to give you a computer so you can beat your meat to some kids in prison?
Word.
Like, I feel like R. Kelly is like super delusional. R. Kelly had to be delusional in order to go through all the shit that he went through and still did the shit in plain sight for the next 20 years.
Yeah, bro, nuts, man. Nigga is crazy. And like, he asking like to be remanded to house arrest. Nigga, you don't ask for nothing.
You don't get naked.
Bro, this shit is not like, it's not TRL. Like, it's not Total Request Live, sir. You don't get special treatment. You a fucking sick bastard. Like, you didn't break in and you didn't do no B&E type shit.
Right.
Like, you're accused of fucking heinous
trafficking
acts.
women.
You know what I'm saying? Like, get the fuck out of here, my nigga.
Underage women who are not women. They're children.
Fuck out of here, my nigga. Like, you don't get no like, bro, you lucky that you can have a mouth to goddamn request some shit. Motherfuckers should have told your goddamn mouth off already. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. No, like facts. And allegedly, like, people from his staff or whatever have turned over 20 tapes, and I use tapes in air quotes. I don't know if they're tapes, whatever type of media they're on. With R. Kelly, I'm sure it probably is tapes. Like, he probably has himself fucking little girls on all types of mediums, like tapes. It's in the cloud. It's on the phone. It's on the jump drive. It's on the flash. It's on the what's the name? Floppy disk. Yes. I was asking, like, what's the name of that shit on a floppy disk? He probably got that shit on everything, but they turned over like 20 joints. You know what I'm saying? Like, he done for it. Like,
those niggas complicit though. Like, that's the thing. Like, y'all niggas, y'all don't get no immunity. Y'all niggas, just cause y'all, y'all might get a little leniency cause y'all but y'all were just as complicit in this whole fucking shit. Like, if y'all knew what the tapes was, y'all should have been turning them shits over.
You heard about the billionaire nigga who then got locked up for trafficking? Yo, like, it's crazy because I feel like when you have a certain amount of money and or fame, like, you have to find different ways to, like, get your kicks. Like, I feel like niggas like these two niggas who are into underage children, let's call it what it is, guys who, or people period, who are into children, like, I feel like you was gonna do this regardless. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could be a fucking trash man if that's what your thing is. That was just gonna be your thing. But money and or fame just exacerbates it. It just like makes it, you feel more untouchable. Like, you have money to shut people up. You have money to have a ring. You have people to, protect you. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. And I'm with you 100% when I feel like all the people in the clique should have some charges. I feel like Andrea Kelly, I feel like she is not innocent in this. Ain't no way you didn't know what was going on when you was married to this nigga.
Child, that boy.
It is.
That motherfucker hard face. I ain't even know she was on Growing Up Hip Hop. I'm like, ooh, she got a nice body, but her fucking
she'd have been on a couple, you know, reality shows.
That motherfucker hard on the face, boy. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She seemed super nice though, but she seemed like a goddamn fool. And you know, I was watching Growing Up Hip Hop, and you know, seeing the things that you put your children through.
Are her kids on there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't watch it like that. I only seen the episode.
Yeah. Yeah. Her, the two daughters are on there.
Isn't one like a transgender or something?
So, interesting story about the one who was transgender. So, she was born a girl and she started transitioning over to be a male. Now she has totally stopped her transition, but I feel like she has an interesting story because she said, and I'm not speaking for everybody, but I've heard this more than once. She said she felt like because she liked women, she thought that in order for her to like women, she must be a dude. You know what I'm saying? Like she felt like, oh, well, like if and you gotta take this from somebody being a teenager and being young and not informed and probably not in an environment where she can probably easily express herself, because it's hard already that you got all this other shit going on. She said that, you know, she thought that she needed to be a boy in order to like women. And then she realized with education and, you know, I guess dating women and shit like that, like, oh, actually I could just be a woman who likes women. So now she's, according to her, now she's just a lesbian. You know what I'm saying? She stopped that whole transition thing. She no longer wants to be a guy. You know what I'm saying? She's just a straight up lesbian. I read about this not too long ago, maybe like a week or so back or whatever, but the headline was super crazy because it was just like, R. Kelly's trans daughter is now a lesbian. I'm like, wait, what? So is she? Cause I didn't know, like, because I don't know a lot about R. Kelly's children, period. I didn't know if it was like a guy who was transitioning to be a girl or, you know, like whatever the case may be. And if you look at the R. Kelly documentary or whatever, you see that one piece about how R. Kelly turned the one girl into a stud so she could kind of fulfill his male fantasy and strap up on him and do all of that shit. So it's very interesting to me. I'm just like, I'm really wondering if R. Kelly ever touched his own children.
Probably.
Because it's not far-fetched.
Yeah,
it happens all the time.
Too far off.
Right. So, you know, it was heartbreaking to kind of hear like the pain, not that daughter we were just talking about, but the other daughter, her name is Buku or whatever. They look just like the mom. And they have very bad wigs that they wear. But you know, it was heartbreaking because she just like, look, I'm just trying to be me. I don't want to talk about my father. Like just think like if your father was a pure fucking monster and you gotta live with that, like that shit sucks. But yeah, my heart goes out to them. With Darrell Johnson, stepping down as the crisis manager. So when I was young, my mom always told me I was going to be a lawyer. Yeah, you know I mean, whatever. And I was pre-law undergrad and all that shit. And through growing up and becoming myself, I was like, I don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? But I always thought about the fact that if you are a lawyer, and this guy's not a lawyer, I don't think, but it always struck me that like, when you're an attorney, like, you have to represent people that you don't necessarily believe they're innocent. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, your job is to get them off. And the interesting thing is I work in legal, right? So I work with a bunch of attorneys, and my job, I always like to say my job is a hybrid between an attorney and a HR business partner. So that's kind of like, if you want to know what my type of job is with ethics, that's basically what my job is. And I've always worked, under legal departments. But like, even like from a corporate standpoint, the lawyers, all they do all day long is try not to make the company look liable when the company may actually be liable. Right. You know what I'm saying? So like, I always wonder, like, is there jobs that I can do that went against my morals or like what I stood for? Like, do you think it's jobs that you can do that like totally went against your morals? Like this guy, like you trying to defend a pedophile basically.
Yeah, nah, I couldn't. I don't think so. If I was to be an attorney, it would be like, I wouldn't be a criminal attorney. I mean, like, cause I wouldn't want to put people away. Like, I wouldn't want to be responsible for putting motherfuckers away. Like, I mean, like, you know, like R. Kelly and people that do egregious and heinous things. And obviously you could sleep a little easier at night at getting them off the street. But like niggas who sell weed and shit, you know what I'm saying? And like, I ain't gonna say petty crimes, but like, I just personally like, I understand that they need to be, you know what I'm saying? Like, it needs to be accountability and people to hold them accountable for certain things. But that personally, that just wouldn't be for me. Or I couldn't be a defense attorney either, because if a nigga ain't, you know, I ain't trying to find no loopholes like the nigga in the Shy and shit. That killed a motherfucker, and then you find some, I ain't trying to do that either. If I were to do some attorney work, it'd be like entertainment or even working like in defense or plaintiffs attorneys for like injury and shit. Like, you know what I mean? Kind of like, and even still with that, like plaintiffs attorneys with injuries and shit, them niggas be like padding stats and shit, you know what I'm saying? And making motherfuckers do over treating and shit and be on some bullshit, just trying to damn, you know, outsmart the other person and, or insurance companies. But again, it's kind of like, you know, you going against an insurance company versus, you know, a person necessarily. Yeah. So, but to answer your question, I don't think I could do, you know, work that was against my morals. I doubt it very seriously.
Yeah. Cause
I ain't really for sale.
I couldn't do anything like
Unless
that.
Unless a nigga come with that check, we'll talk, but more times than not,
I ain't for sale until I'm for sale. I'm for sale until, I couldn't do no shit like that. Like, if I thought you were, like I said, my job is part legal. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've always liked the investigation aspect of things. Like, that's why I was just like, oh, I couldn't be like a criminal, detective, like none of that shit. Cause that's like real shit. You know what I'm saying? Like the shit I deal with is a lawsuit could possibly happen. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Somebody be out of some money. You know what I'm saying? If something go on, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like my job is to investigate the facts and figure out, you know, what went on. But like I said, like most of the time, the worst thing that can happen is some litigation. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like I couldn't defend nobody that I've known for the past 30 years have been accused of pedophilia. And I've also watched the tape of you literally pee on a child. Like, we saw that, like with our own eyes. I couldn't defend you. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's an amount of money that will make me defend like somebody like that, because like I said, I believe in evil. I believe there are evil people out here. You know what I'm saying? And I can't defend evil. You know what I'm saying? It's probably some gray area shit that I can get into or I can be on board with, but not this particular shit right here. Like,
yeah, all my shit would have to be civil. I couldn't do, like, I would have to be a civil attorney of some sort. I couldn't do.
I wanted to do intellectual property. Actually, once I started getting my mindset on being an attorney, I was like, oh, I want to do intellectual property and shit. And, you know, so I thought that would have been pretty lit. But then at the end of the day, like, that shit was just, I mean, like too much. And people think that all lawyers are rich, and they're not.
Hell no. Them niggas, I'll tell you why they ain't. Cause them niggas be having $250,000 worth of student loan debt.
Facts. Well, you know, what's very interesting is I work with a bunch of attorneys, and let's be clear, I'm the only brown face on the legal team. But their parents, like half of them, their parents were attorneys. Mm-hmm. So they had money. They grew up with money, and their parents told them they was going to be attorneys too. And they followed in the family business. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hit up, one of my coworkers gave me the information to talk to her dad, cause I'm looking for, a trust and estate attorney, for some personal shit in my family, but talk to him or whatever. And it's like, it's kind of like doctors. Like, I feel like doctors, lawyers, and police officers, like, that shit becomes like a family thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, doctors.
Oh, well, yeah.
Don't do dentists like that.
I need to get paid like dentists. I mean, doctors. So, yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, they doctors. You gotta go to medical school,
or
dentistry school to be a dentist. Like, my eye doctor that I go to, like, it's him and 3 of his kids all working.
Mm-hmm.
And they all got different specialties and shit like that. You getting into the family business. You know what I'm saying? And I think that that's dope in a way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's dope if that's what your child really want to do. Like, yeah, let's get it together. But it's a little bit different when you, like, putting your foot on your child's neck. Like, this is what you gonna do, right. And don't, let them kind of express themselves. What do you think is going to happen to Azriel and Joycelyn?
That's the
hostages. The hostages. Cause Joycelyn ain't saying shit. Joycelyn probably still sitting in her place. She the older of the two.
Yeah, she probably.
We ain't seen her.
She probably she got that Stockholm syndrome. She like that damn horse. You know what I'm saying?
Like the horse.
She is. She like a little horse on a saloon bar. She don't even know. That shit ain't even there no more.
Exactly. And she just sitting there in a little drink like, Snapchat, Instagram, we out here. Mm-hmm. Look at my ass. Look at my titties. That's what's up. You know what I'm saying? I definitely think that they, I 100% believe that, Azriel gonna get into, reality. 100%. I think she gonna get into it. And I think, Joycelyn, I don't know about her, man. She might be so far gone that she might wait that 152 years. She might. She might wait that 152. And she can be on life after lockup. R. Kelly on these Fed charges is lit or shit. Lit. That's lit. We gotta throw him under the jail. And he too cocky. We gotta throw him under the jail. Asking for shit. You crazy. Yeah, we gotta protect our children. I just feel like we gotta protect the kids, man. And cheating news, Antoine Fuqua, who is, y'all might know him from, being the director of Training Day. I think that was his most successful movie. He was spotted out kissing Nicole Murphy in Italy over the weekend. And y'all know Nicole Murphy is, Eddie Murphy's ex-wife. They have a bunch of beautiful daughters together. That's a fact. Nicole Murphy, she's either very pretty or she looks like a whole man to me. Like, it's never in the middle. It's never like she looks okay. Either I'm like, wow, she's beautiful, or she looked like a man. I don't know what it is. Is it the angle? Is it cause she got this strong jawline? She's 7 feet. Yeah. But she definitely gives me like high fashion or trans. Like, I don't know. But the problem with this story is Antoine Fuqua is married to Lela Rochon. Y'all know Lela Rochon. I think her most noted role is, you giving her Sunshine. I was giving her Boomerang.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's either one of them. They're interchangeable. She was finding shit in both of them motherfuckers.
Like Lela Rochon, the reason I thought you would have gone Boomerang first is because of the whole foot thing. Oh, the foot fetish you got.
That couldn't have been her real feet. I pray to God it was. She was so pretty to me though. She's one of she's not as pretty. I mean, she's still pretty, but she's gained a few. But
she's older.
Yeah, she was bad as shit though.
52-year-old woman.
Yeah, it's still mad 52-year-old women that are beautiful.
No, that's very true because Nicole Murphy is 51. That's a fact.
That motherfucker body snatch, boy.
But she just out here being a regular woman.
Yeah. Seems like. She ain't doing shit else. But now back in Harlem Nights days when she was Sunshine and shit, throw that pussy in the air.
Yeah. Yeah.
Goddamn.
That was a good one. Yeah. Throw the pussy in the air, turn into pure sunshine.
Yeah. She was bad.
So, Lela Rochon and Antoine Fuqua has been married since 1999. They've been married for 20 years. They have a 16-year-old and a 15-year-old, but, Fuqua also has a son that was born in 2003. Y'all, they've been married since 1999. So y'all do the math on that. So the pictures came out of them kissing, not once, but twice in two separate, looking like they at a pool or some shit. Now, Nicole Murphy has come out saying that Antoine and her are just friends. She says she ran into him in Italy. We exchanged a friendly hello, and that was it. Well, the gag is Lisa Ray called out Nicole Murphy on social media saying, "You went after Lela Rashawn's husband too? You so wrong." So the tea to that is Lisa Ray was married to Michael Missick. She was the first lady Turks and Caicos and shit like that, right? So between 2006 and 2008, Nicole Murphy allegedly was messing with her husband in 2007. While him and Lisa Ray was still married, and that's one of the reasons that him and Lisa Ray got a divorce. So Nicole Murphy is kind of known for this type of behavior. Now, poor Lela Rashawn, when the shit first came out, I saw it on the blogs. You know, I went to her page. Her page was still up, and you know the people was under it, asking her questions like, "Sis, what's going on? Your husband did this, blah, 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 blah." And the poor lady has deleted her Instagram and Twitter account, man. It's kind of fucked up. What you think about it? Do you kiss your friends like that, bro?
I feel it's weird that you gotta delete that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, just don't open it. Like, I mean, like, if you don't want to go on there, like, why? I mean, I don't know. Like, that's just weird. Like, eventually the shit will blow over, one, and then two, like, you just don't have to open your phone for a while, and then you'll be fine. Deleting is weird. But, what was the question?
What you think about it, and do you kiss your friends like that?
Do I kiss my friends? No, I have not. I don't kiss my friends like that.
What do you think about this situation?
It's interesting. You know what I mean? Like,
is Nicole Murray a thought bot, or what we thinking?
I think she's.
Or you thinking it's plausible?
Yeah,
from a man's perspective, do you think you kiss your friends? You make out?
Nah, you don't swap DNA with a motherfucker. That's y'all fucking. That was clear as day. I think she should have just shut the fuck up. Like
what? Yeah, like, I'm just like, come on, y'all don't have better publicists than this.
Like, just chill.
Publicists are made to spin shit for you. That's the best y'all can come up with. We close friends.
Well, don't even speak nothing on it. Like, the fuck, that ain't nothing. Like, I don't know. Just shut your ass up. Like, listen, man, they caught you with the damn tongue in your mouth. There's really nothing else you could say that like, especially that bullshit, you know, we just friends. Like, fuck out of here. Y'all very well may just be friends, but y'all also fucking.
Y'all friends who fucking. Y'all friends with benefits.
Yeah, that shit, but especially when the man married, you know what I'm saying? Like, shut up. Just keep it moving.
Yeah, get your motherfucking,
roll on.
Carmelo Anthony on.
Yeah.
Everybody friends when they get caught kissing. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, I feel like you don't have to say nothing. As far as Lela Rashawn, like, deleting her shit, I've never been a celebrity where some shit then popped off and now your phone going off based on some shit. You know what I'm saying? Giving people the energy and the time and the space to fill up your mentions and shit like that. But I can only imagine how it is. Like, for me, like, personally, like, even like situations where, you know what I'm saying, like, I might have been fucking with somebody, or I was in a relationship or whatever, and we broke up, and whatever the case may be, I unfollow you. I do all that because I don't want that in my purview. You can follow me. I ain't gonna block you. But you know, I understand like cutting shit off. You know what I'm saying? Because if it's not there, I'm not tempted to look at it. You know what I'm saying? So that I don't know if that's her reason. I'm just saying that would be a reason. Like, you don't know what it's like, you know what I mean? Having your motherfucking phone like blowing up and people saying all types of shit under your shit, and then you human. So you sitting there, Lela Rashawn sitting in the house wondering what's going on. She gonna be tempted to look at that shit. So I get it why you delete it, like, out of sight, out of mind. Like, I can focus on whatever I need to focus on. But I feel like this excuse y'all use, that shit is trash. That shit is, as a married man, do you feel like there is a group of women who really just like taking men?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cause I definitely feel like that.
Yeah, for sure. There's always some miserable bitches in there that just want to be fucking vengeful and spiteful and shit. Yeah.
I don't even think, you know what the crazy thing is, I think that women, more so than men, I think women, I've heard some dumbass logic behind it. I know women who equate, right? They equate a man who's married or a man who's, I won't even say a man. They take a person who is tied down by another person as, oh, they faithful, they this, so I need that. So you gonna make them unfaithful because you feel like they faithful and you need a faithful man or woman or whatever the case may be. Like, that shit is some crazy ass logic. Like, that shit is just crazy. And I just feel like, bro, it's a different type of karma. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's different you fucking with somebody with a boyfriend or a girlfriend or whatever. That shit still ain't cool. However, you fucking with a married person, I feel like that's just a different type of karma, bro. And it is a group of women who just like whatever is taken. Nicole Murphy might just be one of those.
Yeah, very well could be.
Cause she's been alleged with quite a few motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying, in Hollywood and shit since Eddie Murphy, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, Eddie Murphy got his own rumors that go on or whatever. There's never no woman included in it, but I digress. But he be having his own stuff. Like, I don't even really know, like, from a Hollywood perspective, why they were divorced, why they say they got divorced in the first place. Cause they was married for a good little while, wasn't they? They had a rack of kids, like 4 kids or so.
Yeah, they got married, kid. I don't know how long they was married, but they was together for a minute. And she was with Michael Strahan after that.
Yep, she was with Michael Strahan. My man Shannon Sharp wanted a chance. You know what I'm saying? You ain't get Shannon a chance.
Shannon
single.
He got an underbite like a cash register. Nobody wants to deal with
that. I feel like Shannon, listen, if we going by looks by themselves, I'm definitely going Shannon Sharp before Michael Strahan. Like, 100%. That gap is crazy.
That gap is crazy. But Shannon Sharp, I don't know. Them niggas they both like, you know what I mean? They're not like the most handsome fellas in there are. But I would, with Michael Strahan, his mouth closed, seems to, you know what I mean? Like, Shannon Sharp.
For whatever reason, Michael Strahan, with his mouth closed, reminds me of Anthony Anderson.
That's true. But at least he ain't got the weird body like Anthony Anderson.
True.
Anthony Anderson is an oddly shaped fella.
Yeah, because he used to be fat, then he lost a lot of weight, and then he kind of got the fat, lost a lot of weight body.
My wife is repulsed every time she sees him. She was like, every time we watch Black, she was like, I hope he doesn't take his shirt off on this episode.
That's how I feel about Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, oh yeah, Snoop got the wild.
He got, God, he looked like the fucking alien on Men in Black. Like, I hate his body, everything about it. I hate that scene of Baby Boy when he walking around with that tank top on.
Yeah.
Like, and it be baggy. His body is just the worst. Like, don't think you just fat people got bad bodies.
Oh no.
Fucking skinny motherfuckers got some bad bodies too. Anybody can have a bad body. Let's make that clear. It don't have nothing to do with weight, but Anthony Anderson is a funny.
Yeah, he's shaped like that nigga shaped like a Tasmanian devil.
I'm thinking where there's smoke, there's fire. Like, I think that, you know, if Antoine Fuqua I'm sure like him getting Lila Rashawn back in the day was like an accomplishment. You know what I'm saying? Now, you know, you've become the star and, you know, all of that shit. Like, y'all been married for 20 years. Like, you're a married man. Like, would something like this end your marriage for you, or you think you'll fight through it?
I mean, it depends where we are in our marriage.
Yeah, your wife has had a kid by another nigga, and you took her back. And now, because these are the only two things I know of, and now not only are you cheating on me, you cheating on me in public. I just feel like that's we talk about this, or I talk about this all the time. I just feel like it's levels of disrespect. You know what I mean? Like, you out here in public doing this shit, like, I don't even matter. That means you don't give a fuck about me. Like, do you think those two things, you know what I'm saying, hypothetically would end it? Do you think you could recover from that? I couldn't. I would have been gone after the kid.
I don't know.
I would have been gone after that fucking baby came about and we fucking married. So, you know, shout out to the women who take they niggas after they out here fucking raw and getting women pregnant and having babies, when I guess, you know, a baby is the least bad thing that can happen. He could bring home something that you can't get rid of. You know, like a STD or some shit like that you can't just take a pill for. But I definitely would have been out, with that. So this gonna be interesting, how all of this works out. I just feel bad for Lela Rashawn. I don't know shit about Lela Rashawn. I just feel like she probably a nice lady. That's what I get. Like, she probably a nice lady. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Antoine Fuqua and Nicole Cheekbones, Thotty Murphy out here. I guess they both thought, so let me not, make it a double standard. Is that leadership?
It's lit.
Nah, I think that is shit. That's fucked up, man. Why y'all do her like that? And you got a reputation. So real quick, your boy circling back to ASAP Rocky. So as y'all know, ASAP Rocky's still locked up in Sweden. Allegedly he's been moved to maybe nicer facility or more kept facility. They say they keep you for a certain amount of time in the facility that he was in that was allegedly unkept, and then had the best food, and somebody throwing feces to a better facility, but he's still locked up. So Kim and Kanye put on their cape. Well, Kim put on her cape, Kanye put on his red hat, and they called Trump to try to get ASAP out. And so this orange motherfucker had a press conference, all of that, and in the Oval Office or wherever he do his shit at. And he said, this is Trump, I don't personally know ASAP Rocky, but I can tell you that he has tremendous support from the African American community. When I say African Americans, I think I can really say everybody in the country. We're all one. I really don't give a shit about anything Trump does, like, to be honest. But what are your thoughts on this situation?
I mean, shit, if he can get out, get him out. You know what I mean? Like, it's bigger fish to fry. But I mean, if a motherfucker's wrongfully incarcerated, especially abroad, I definitely would, champion that cause to get him out. But, I guess whatever power or weight or fucking, you got to use what you got to get what you want type shit. So I'm with it. You know what I mean? I'd like for them to possibly, several more people I'd like for them to be instrumental in getting out. But,
right.
I mean, shit, that he, for all of what it's worth, he ain't do shit. You know what I'm saying? So, like, he's really wrongfully done. And, look like, I think Jeezy was over there and did the same thing and was labeled to let go. So it's clearly some acts of racism. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I mean, if they can be instrumental in getting them out, then yeah, actually get them out and shit. Call some other niggas too to get people out.
Yeah, I just feel like, based on, ASAP Rocky's stance on, the other shit we was talking about, where he didn't give a fuck about what was going on with black people in his same situation prior to him being in this situation. I feel like Trump should be the main supporter to get him out. You know what I'm saying? I haven't, seen as much support, and it might be different from the people you follow and all that. I haven't seen as much support and outcry for ASAP Rocky that we saw for other people like Meek or 21 Savage or all of that. What do you think that is about?
Shit, I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Have you seen it? Have you seen something different?
I mean, yeah, when it first happened, niggas was on it, but they ain't on that shit now. Shit, that's just waves. Shit comes in waves, man. Like,
but I feel like, the 21 shit went on for a few weeks and people was, out here, posting, and you saw something every day, what I'm saying, about 21, and we need to get 21 out, and, all of these things and about 21. And I know that, two of our, favorite podcasters, I guess, got into it about the ASAP Rocky thing, about, basically, Crystal West from the Reed basically said the same thing that I said about the ASAP shit, as far as, what I'm saying, like, ASAP didn't give a fuck, what I'm saying, about other people, but my stance was really neutral on it. Like, I feel like he was definitely wrongly, incarcerated. However, I'm not really up at night worried about ASAP Rocky being locked up, because I feel like it's a lot of black people who in America has been wrongly incarcerated, and he didn't give a fuck about them. So I'm just like, I hope you get out, but I'm not losing no sleep over it. You know what I'm saying? But Crystal was just basically like, I don't give a fuck. Like, it is what it is. Like, he get out, he get out. He don't. If you don't support the cause, then I don't support the cause. And then Joe Budden of the Joe Budden podcast basically went on Crystal and called her a bunch of names and said this not the time for that. And I know that, when the story broke, like maybe like 2 weeks ago or whatever, you had an opinion on that, and I wanted to know what was your opinion, because you said, he had points. So I wanted to know what your opinion was.
I mean, yeah, I agree with him in terms of like, that shit was 3 or 4 years ago. People change, one. And then two, you can't be held accountable necessarily for everything that you say in the past. And I think they're mutually exclusive from one another, I guess, because, he's being treated for some shit. Like, if anybody was done some shit that was, if they were accused of doing some shit that they were innocent of, and it's clear as fucking day, per them a video, that they didn't do anything wrong. And now the bodyguard and the fucking person that that accosted him have both been fucking, released and not even charged.
Yeah.
Rather. That shit's fucked up. You know what I mean? Like, and I guess that's further to the point, like, he ain't even do shit. So I think y'all just trying to make an example of him. And I don't think nobody should be made an example of if they ain't do shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, granted, if you don't, cast your aspersions aside, in terms of how you feel about a person and what they did, but right is right and wrong is wrong. You know what I mean? So if he's being held in captivity because of some shit that he didn't do, he should be freed. And that's point blank period. Like, yeah. I don't think it has any bearing on what he said in the past in terms of that. And like I said, it was several years ago. His stance could have changed. Things happen to make you change your stance. But again, like I said, I think they're separate from one another. And if he's in jail because he shouldn't be, then absolutely free him. You know what I mean? And free anybody else for that matter that is in jail and shouldn't be. And if you can prove that you shouldn't be in jail, I think you should be exonerated.
I think that, I think where I disagree with Joe Budden is because she has every right not to give a fuck about him. You can't make her give a fuck about him. She didn't say he should be locked up. She didn't say any of that. She just basically said, yeah. She basically told the story the same way. Like, yeah, he got locked up for some shit he didn't do, but I don't care. Like, it's not nothing that I care about. You can't make me care about it. You can't make me post free ASAP Rocky. You can't make me care about it. It's just like, this is just something that happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you care about it, then you definitely should care about it, but you can't make me care about somebody I don't care about. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's basically how I feel about it. Like, you can't make me care. Like, I feel like, I just feel neutral about it. Like, I feel like, yeah, he should definitely get out. Am I posting free ASAP? Am I like, damn, he need to get out? That's fucked up. I need to go ahead and march and sign petitions. I'm not there either. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you, and my opinion is 100% based on what he said, 2-3 years ago. That's all we got. That's all we got. So, I personally feel like that's kind of where everybody is landing, or majority of people is landing. Like, yeah, that is fucked up, but you didn't care about the people who was in that same fucked up situation. And I don't think Trump is gonna get what he think he's gonna get. First of all, Trump ain't doing no shit if it ain't no shit in it for him. Mm-hmm. So it's election time. He think he about to get the blacks on his side for freeing ASAP Rocky. If you want to get the blacks on your side for freeing somebody, you need to free some of these other motherfuckers that, you know, people like really care about, you know what I'm saying, that's locked up and shit like that. Shit, you can probably free JT if you wanted to. And get at least get the hot girl summer vote or something like that. Right. But I think, you know, I didn't feel like all of that energy Joe Budden gave Crystal was warranted. Because that was her opinion. And if you fucking with him, then you need to do your part to make sure that he gets, you know what I'm saying, what he needs. You can't make nobody care about shit, pretty much. Just like he didn't care, it was okay when he didn't care. Why somebody else can't care? You know what I'm saying? Why are you obligated to care? That's just interesting. A$AP Rocky not getting the support I guess normal rappers get, is litter shit.
I guess it's shit.
Yeah, I think that it's shit that he got locked up. I think he kind of, you know, put himself in the box for not getting the support. Cause I mean, if we take it on some regular shit, if I don't fuck with you, I could care less. I ain't gonna wish no bad on you, but I don't care about like your life and shit, like what you doing with it. Cause you don't give a fuck. As long as you know, fucking hot bitches in Soho, you was good. You ready to give some advice?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. We're about to get into Ain't Shit in 2 Cents. Ain't Shit in 2 Cents is our listener letter segment where we give advice to people who clearly don't care about taking advice from people who did not go to school to be doctors and who drink a lot, and it's their 2-year anniversary. It's our anniversary. All right.
Great song.
Great song. Wonderful song. Shout out to Raphael Sadiq. So our letter today says, straight like this. It's always some relationship shit. Y'all really think we be giving the good advice on relationships, I guess. Straight like this. My family hates my girl. We've been together off and on for 8 years. I've done some fucked up things and she has reacted in some fucked up ways. She got me locked up once. She bleached my shit twice. We have gotten into several physical altercations. She even spray painted my car.
Nah,
this is just the short list.
My mom is good for each other.
Right. My mom and sister hates her guts. They think she's a thot and a hood rat. Last year, I had a health scare and had to get surgery. It took me almost 2 months to recover. During that time, she took total care of me, made sure I was good in every way. During that time, we took the time to really talk, laugh, and enjoy each other. We basically fell back in love. I want to marry her, but my mom says I just feel obligated because she was there for me. How can I get my family to accept her? Can I even marry a woman that my family disapproves of? Dun, 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 dun. This is from Alicia K.
Oh, wow. Okay.
From a chick. That's why I say the name to the end, because I wanted to give you that dun, 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 dun on it.
That's cool.
What you think about that?
See, that's the women. It's hard. I shout out to women for being in relationships with each other, because those are two fucking balls of emotion, like goddamn Ken and Ryu sending fucking Hayukitsu at each other. That shit crazy.
That's what I be saying. I be like, shout out to the niggas, shout out to the women who still like niggas, because niggas is trash. Shout out to everybody who dealing with anybody, because humans trash, period.
Yeah, but women are just an emotional species. Like, it's just, I don't know. That shit just seems like a lot. But in terms of this, I mean, it's gonna be kind of hard. Like, I don't know. I can't fuck with nobody that like send the police after me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit is, that's a whole different.
What if you did something that was worthy of the police? Like, I don't know. They're just saying they got into physical altercations. To the point where you gotta call the police on me, and I gotta and I have to be like go away, then we don't need to be together. Period. Like, cause clearly it's volatile to the point where you gotta bleach my clothes and spray paint my car. Toxic.
Nah, I'm straight. Yep. Like, in marriage, and I understand like she might have held you down, and that's dope. But y'all could be friends, but in terms of relationship, I don't think that shit. Like, if it was me and I was a marriage counselor, I don't think y'all are compatible enough, because I don't love nobody enough to, one, put my hands on them to the point where I got to beat their ass and physically assault them. Two, to the point where I would want to call the police on them. If I got to be in a relationship with a person I got to call the police on, we don't need to be in a relationship. And I definitely don't need to be like fucking legally getting involved. You know what I'm saying? Legally in a relationship with you. So my suggestion is that y'all need to call it quits. But that's just my opinion, because I can't do it. Like, I just want to. It
sounds like they in love though.
Man, so that shit ain't love.
If you in love,
nah, that shit is not love. That shit is some other shit. When you fucking spray painting motherfuckers' cars and bleaching motherfuckers' clothes and calling the police and doing all that shit, doing some shit that would warrant the police being called, that's not love. That's just fucking stupid. My opinion is I think y'all should just break up, and you should just, remain friends and appreciate her for what she did as far as being, cause I mean, it sounds like y'all became in love, but it seems like y'all like established y'all's friendship and relationship more so than anything. Cause I mean, it wasn't like, I would imagine it couldn't be too sexual if you were she had to take care of you for 2 months. So I think you just got back to being friends, and I think that's kind of where y'all should stay, cause all that other excess shit is, that shit is just too much for a nigga like me. So my advice is just remain in a relationship as friends. And then, if shit comes back later in life, then that's cool. But otherwise, I don't know. That shit just don't, like, me personally, I can't deal with it. That shit, like, that's deal breaker shit for me. You know what I'm saying? I can't do it. I can't continue. I can't be stressed the fuck out like that over no person in my life. So, and especially when you fucking talking about doing that shit legal eagle. Fuck no.
Yeah. So I agree, but I have a slightly different view on this, right? So what was said in the letter is, I've done some fucked up things and she has had some fucked up reactions, or she's reacted in some fucked up ways. So my whole thing about it is, you can't fucking do some shit to somebody and then be mad at the way that they react.
Oh, I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
So now, first of all, I just want to go on record with saying, yes, this shit sounds toxic. Period. You know what I mean? It sounds toxic as fuck. But if you're the catalyst for her acting this way, it's different if she's just out here acting a fool for no fucking reason. Now, I'm not saying, I don't know exactly the things that you've done, you know what I mean, to get her to react in these ways. However, you've mentioned several things here that she's done. She's gotten you locked up. She's bleached your shit twice. We talking about 3 things. You got into several physical altercations. So I'm going to make that 5 things. She spray painted your car. We're going to make that 6 things. You've done at least 6 things that have caused her to act like this. So it sounds like your ass was all fucked up and broken up, or, whatever made you, whatever health scare that caused you to get surgery, which caused you to recover, which caused your ass to sit the fuck down and stop pissing her off in these ways. And now that she has you in a way that you ain't out here fucking up however you were fucking up, she hasn't had a reason to act the fuck up. So my thing about this is, it sounds toxic. However, if you know that, I guess, life-changing things has changed, whatever you've been doing to trigger her, and you're comfortable that if you don't trigger her in these ways, she won't have any reason to act this way, then I say, okay, try it out, because you seem like the catalyst for all this shit, Alicia. Now, in order to get your family to accept her, it sounds like both of y'all maybe have changed y'all ways, or it could just be temporary. I don't know. But if you feel deep down in your heart that this is the person you want to be with, and she only acts a fool because you make her act a fool, and you really want your family to accept her, I would say y'all need to sit down and have that conversation, like, with all of y'all. And then it's going to be a road, like with anything, to prove to your family that, she's a good person, you know what I'm saying, and accept your responsibility in it. Now, I'm not saying somebody do anything to you that, you have the right to act any way that you fucking want to. However, you know what I'm saying, you can't be mad if, you go and punch a nigga in their face and then they shoot you in your motherfucking face. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, you don't know how people's tempers work or what triggers them. You know what I'm saying? If it were me, I would be like, all this shit would have been a deal breaker. The fact that your ass ain't learned your lesson when she got you locked up or when she bleached your shit the first time to either leave or stop fucking up. And her ass done for being with you all these times while you're causing her to react this way. Some people just thrive off drama. Y'all could be people who thrive off drama. Now, can I marry a woman that my family disapproves of? That's up to you and your family. Some people don't give a fuck what they family think because this is me and this person, either you with it or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think I would ever mess with anybody that my family pretty much likes anybody. And I have a vetting process of friends, lovers, whatever, before I even bring them around my family to make sure like my family will be able to fuck with you. Cause the way it works in my family, once they meet you, you pretty much in the family, friend, relationship, whatever. You pretty much part of the family. So I might not even fuck with you no more and show up at the spot and your ass invited to the cookout and shit. Right. And I'm like, how the fuck this happened? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like, can you marry a woman that your family disapproves of? It's totally up to you. I don't think there's any answer to that. It's just how high do you hold your relationship with your family? Because me personally, if I fuck with you and I fuck with you that way, my family disapproves of you, I don't know if I'm going to live my life based on what my family wants me to do. Period. You know what I'm saying? But this sounds kind of toxic. So I'm kind of like with your mama, and your mama need to understand why she raised somebody that'll be fucked up and triggering somebody like that. So my last final advice is, you know, if you really feel like you done fucking up and she done reacting, then y'all just gonna have to do the homework and do the steps to like kind of slowly integrate. I feel like people can change. I do feel like that. Y'all been together 8 years. I don't know how old y'all are now, you know what I'm saying? But if y'all in y'all 20s or 30s now, you know what I'm saying? I feel like 8 years ago, y'all might have been different people. 4 years ago, y'all might have been different people. So, you know, you just have to look at it like that and try to get your family to talk to her. Y'all had some fucking, dinner parties and some other shit where your family can actually see like how fun she is and how she done changed and how much y'all really care for each other. But if that vibe not there, mom gonna pick up on it quick because she probably don't think nobody good enough for her child anyway. And this don't make it any better. Any last, advice for Alicia K?
No, I think that was it. That's all I got.
Alicia, let us know. Yeah, it sounds like a mess. Stop being a fuck boy and stop triggering this city girl to do all this shit to your ass. If y'all want some of this A1 Primo advice, hit us at the ain't shit show at gmail.com. That's the X word I would be, and your letter may get read on the show. You ready to wrap up with some free smoke?
Let's do it.
Free smoke, for all of the new people. Free smoke is, where we talk about any hot button personal issue, any hot topics, anything from politics to petty. And today's topic is, if I were president. There's a lot going on, you know, out here with Agent Orange and a lot of fucked up shit going on. And it's also 2020 presidential elections going on, and everyone is out here, making promises as if they running for student council. You know, they giving away free lunches, free tuition, extra recess time, like everything. So I thought it'd be cool if for our 2-year anniversary show, B Hill and I basically run the country and talk about if I were president. B Hill, you ready to talk about that?
Let's get it.
All right. So, candidate Hill, do you believe in reparations? And if so, what would that look like under your administration?
I definitely do believe in reparations. I don't feel like, that everybody should just automatically get money. I feel like that really ain't doing shit, but, you know, just adding fuel to whatever fire that may be burning inside you. However, I do feel like black people, if descendants of slaves, could be one or two things as far as reparations go. I think that they should be, I think they should have, way more leniency on their taxes. Or shouldn't be taxed at all. I don't think we should be taxed at all.
That's a good one.
Because were given, we were basically, free labor for 400 years. So I feel like that we have enough tax. We've been taxed enough. So I think that would be one way, or the tax breaks that we would get would be incredible. One of those. So I think, if you can be recognized as a descendant of a slave, which, I would imagine a good percentage of us are.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you should get, free taxes. I don't think you should be taxed. Or fucking, tuition, college tuition should be free. Like, I think you should not have any student loan debt. I feel like if you decide to go to college, then I think that shit should be free. And I think that it should, I don't know how, I would like for it to be incorporated with HBCUs. But I don't know how they would get the funding because, obviously tuition drives a good portion of that. But, I don't know. Something I would have to figure that out with my cabinet members and the education. But I feel like that in terms of reparations, because I think that would yield more, fruitful benefits down the line. Obviously, if we get more people educated, and then if we're able to be taxed, and get a leg up. I don't know if money management will still be any better, but at least we won't have to, be taxed, and we can get all of our money up on the front end, outside of like Social Security and shit like that. But as far as state and federal taxes, I think that shit should be wiped out, and that would be our form of reparations. And it would.
I like that. Yeah. I like that. I think I'm with you 100% on both of those things. You would definitely get you would definitely get my vote on that. I really like the HBCU angle of it, because if you gave descendants of slaves free education and also make that free education to a HBCU, now how that would work is the government would give a stipend. So that's basically how public school works. Mm-hmm. Like, we pay our taxes and X amount of dollars is allocated for each student, right? So what a lot of people don't know is if you pay taxes and you want your child to go to a public school, you can request the money that the government spends for your child. I don't know. I forget how much it is. I'm just going to make up a number, $3,000. Per child. You can ask them for that $3,000 and you can put that money towards a private school education. So, a lot of people don't know that.
I think that's dope.
So you can do that. You can request that. A lot of people do not know that, because a lot of people, I would say a vast majority, not everyone, because there are people like just regular, people struggling, that's also struggling to pay tuition for private schools just because they want their child to have a better education. But a lot of kids that go to private schools have more resources, like their parents have money to kind of send them to public school. So I think that may be another reason why individuals do not know that you can request that money. And, whatever amount of money it is, like I said, I think it's like less than $5,000 per student or whatever. However, you request that money and put it towards private school. Private school tuition is still be like college tuition for real.
My man,
that shit be high as fuck.
Fucking shit, and she got 80% fucking scholarship, but they still got to come up with 20%. And I know that shit like 10
and it's
bands.
Still a grip. Yeah. So, that's one of my wishes.
I wish for the money and then send my kid back to public school.
He's about to get locked up.
I'm just in there, Durham County. But we just go, all right, I'm going to get the Wake County money.
Do
homeschooling. Go shoot to
Durham
real quick. Live on the line.
I think that's dope, because I feel like that is a way to not only, so you send that money to the HBCUs, you know what I'm saying? The same way they do public and private school. You know what I'm saying? Like, public like colleges, public and private colleges. Like, one of the things that I was never educated on was public and private colleges. I went to school in DC. We didn't know, they didn't educate us on public and private schools because they don't have that in DC. Like, as far as colleges are concerned,
right.
Like, they didn't have that. So
Howard's private though, right?
Well, let me take that back. It's not that they didn't educate us about public
they don't have
and private.
state schools.
In-state and out-of-state tuition.
For sure.
My bad. Thank you for leading me back to the right way.
If I were to, so people that go to Howard, if I'm not mistaken, they don't have to pay out-of-state tuition because it's not a state.
Right. No DC school has in or out-of-state tuition.
So Georgetown and this shit like that.
Gotcha. They have one set tuition. Right. Like, high as fuck. That's the tuition. Yeah, high as fuck. Howard high as fuck too, y'all.
I already know.
Howard high as fuck. But yeah, so you give that money to the HBCUs. That way the HBCUs can build up their credibility and infrastructures and shit like that. And also reparations could look like just, showing that we're investing in black communities with the businesses, with the schools, with the neighborhoods, after school programs, like all of that, because, we got to get these kids like out the street and shit. But what's your question for me?
How would you
address me as the candidate?
Oh, fresh. Candidate fresh. Vice President, I guess Vice President fresh?
Yes.
How would you
I would be
incorporate legalization of marijuana? And are you a proponent or a fan of it? And then on the flip side, once you answer that question, if you are a proponent, then how would you, what do you feel about the people who have already been convicted of it in these states that aren't legal or plan on being legal once you make it a federal law, if in fact you do?
Thank you for asking. I do believe that marijuana should be legalized. My only thing about the legalization of cannabis, I feel like once we as the government get our hands on it, we gonna be fucked up. I feel like, so if I were president, yes, I would legalize it, and then I would have to put some type of basically FDA rules around it, right? So we won't have like GMO weed and shit like that, and shit that at first it was weed, now it's just like food where it's no longer recognizable.
Shit, you know what I'm saying? Shit, that shit like for real, yeah, like that loud and shit. That shit, like if you smoke like anything seedless, like all this shit is all GMO. Yeah. Like weed is supposed to be grown from the ground and it's supposed to have seeds just like any other plant so they can multiply and reproduce. Like you shouldn't be able to grow weed in the fucking closet somewhere with no, like a plant needs sunlight.
But think about it like mass production. Think about going into Whole Foods and buying a bag of weed. You know what I mean? Like, think about, first of all, the price is going to go up. So we need to regulate the prices. Yeah. We need to, we need to understand, like, if I were president, we would use states like Colorado and California and figure out how they're doing it and basically make an infrastructure and put some regulations around that, so that, people can make money by selling weed or investing in weed or whatever the case may be. The downside, I think, to that is that just like with anything, the big corporations are going to take that over, take it from the little man. You know what I'm saying? Now, as far as the criminals or people who have been deemed criminals, because of selling weed, I feel like, if you've done some time for selling weed now, it's different if you the motherfucking kingpin and you've been shipping in 1 billion pounds of weed. You know what I mean? Versus somebody who may make a few $1,000s off of it. Selling weed and shit like that. Side note, that's crazy that $1 billion cocaine shipment the boat is owned by Chase.
Morgan. I thought it was JP Morgan.
Was it?
Yeah,
JP Morgan Chase, right?
I don't know. I just know JP Morgan. I don't know. I'm sure they're all connected somehow.
Yeah, I think it's JP Morgan Chase. I think it's all the same parent. Anyway, that's crazy. But yeah, I think that, I feel like the shit is legal. If that's the only crime that you on, like,
yeah, I feel like if
you should be let go.
Non-violent drug offenders who have just sold marijuana and motherfuckers are making billions and millions of dollars out that shit, I don't give a fuck if you did bring in $1 million fucking pounds of fucking bud. It's no different from the goddamn Johnny Giant, whatever the fuck Johnny at fucking whatever corporation that's manufacturing weed and making boatloads and buku money out that shit. Y'all no different. Y'all the same entrepreneurs to it. Now, if you haven't killed anybody or shot anybody or maimed anybody and you just solely got caught with fucking 30 pounds of bud, free my nigga Sam. Fucking, I think you should be exonerated because it's no different. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you should be free. I don't give a damn if you got, like I said, thousands of pounds of marijuana, or if you had 1,000 pound or 1,000 or a pound of marijuana. I think you should, be granted clemency because of the fact that now it's legal in several states. I think 14 or 15.
So like I agree with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, to a point, right? Like, I feel like if we talking about, you know what I'm saying, like somebody selling weed prior to the shit being legal, prior to, Johnny making millions off of it, that was the law. Like, the shit was illegal. Even though I don't think it should have been illegal, like that was the law. Now, I don't feel like nobody should be doing fucking years for weed, period. You know what I mean? Like, you shouldn't be, like, that's dumb. Like, that's dumb. You know what I mean? But the crazy thing about it is, and just learning the history about weed and that shit being put on the same level as like cocaine and all that shit, that was some, that was some Nancy Reagan shit. You know what I'm saying? That was trying to incriminate black people. That was totally racist. You know what I mean? That's the reason that was put that way. But yeah, I feel like let's exonerate them. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like that, with a lot of drug dealers, period, especially like drug dealers who make a lot of money selling drugs, right? Like, you gotta have a good infrastructure. You gotta have a good mind. It's just like, you gotta be smart as fuck, especially if you still getting away with shit like that, like years and years later. You know what I'm saying? I ain't talking about like Nickelback Kings and shit like that. I'm talking about niggas who making like real money. Like, I feel like at a certain point in time, you have to decide when you want to go legit because you're smart enough to do it. Like, you just got to get on the other side of the law with your business mind. You know what I'm saying? Right. Because if you brown or any color, that shit ain't in your favor. So eventually you just gonna get greedy and you're gonna get caught. Cause like I said, like, how many old drug dealers that ain't been locked up for years and might got back out and start back selling drugs again? But how many like 60-year-old kingpins It's one and far few in between.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, they far few in between. That ain't the regular story. So once you get this money, you gotta have an exit plan. I just feel like that with any illegal activity. Like, you gotta have an exit plan because eventually the wall's gonna close in. Because if you don't fuck up, somebody in your squad gonna fuck up, or somebody in your squad gonna get jealous. That's just how humans work. So you gotta like have an exit plan. But yeah, so we getting weed legal. We exonerating all the people who've been locked up for weed. And we gonna get that on the NASDAQ. And I'm trying to make some money off weed myself. My next question. Candidate Hill, if you are elected president, I need to know what would be the official shoe of America, the official food of America, and what would be the national anthem?
I think the Air Max 95 is a good shoe. Like, it's a shoe that, it's classic. Several different colorways. You know what I mean? Several different colorways. You can dress it up. You can, keep it classy. You can keep it sporty. I mean, so many ways that you can get busy with it. You know what I mean? There's so many different variations in terms of colorways. And it's just one of the greatest sneakers of all time, if not the greatest sneaker of all time. The national anthem. That's a great question.
What song would you make the national anthem?
That's a great question.
It don't have to be a patriotic song. It could just be your favorite song.
I know, that's what I'm thinking. I don't know. I'll come back to that one.
I'll tell you what I think the national anthem should be. It's one or two songs. It either got to be Before I Let Go by Frankie Beverly or Swag Surf.
Fuck no. I would leave the country
songs.
for Swag Surf.
It's already the, bruh.
I'm leaving the
country. Swag Surf is already the national anthem.
I'm leaving the country. I don't want to be in the country where that song is the fucking national anthem. I'm leaving.
Oh man, I promise you I ain't been to a party that don't play Swag Surf.
I don't know. I would have.
What's the official food?
Tacos. I love tacos.
Wait, you would make tacos the national food for America?
Fuck yeah.
Is the border built or no?
Nigga, they making them at the border. Fuck. What you mean? We got a taco. We got mad taco trucks at the border. Run up. But yeah, I love tacos. I had tacos tonight. Shit was banging.
I love tacos too.
Yeah, tacos. I love either tacos or chicken or like hot teriyaki wings with blue cheese dressing.
I'm definitely making wings the national food.
Yeah, like, I'm with that.
For sure.
Yeah.
Wings, period. Like, however you want them shits, but that's the national food. Like, wings is my shit. I'm making the national, shoe, probably a Jordan 11 or a Jordan 6. Maybe a Jordan 1, because I feel like that look good on everybody's foot.
Not mine. I don't want to wear those.
Because you say you got wide.
Yeah, for the people with wide feet, I don't think that's a good one. See, with the 95, you can have wide feet and your shit still won't stretch out. Shout out to 95. I mean, they stretch out a little bit depending on which one you
95, get. I think I would, for real, I think I would go, if we go on Air Max, I would probably go Air Max 1.
I mean, I can't argue there, right? Because I got mad at those shits. And like, as of late, I've fallen in love with those. But, I mean, I'm not mad at either one.
Because I feel like 95s is a specific look.
Of all time. Like, the neon gray 95s is like top 3 sneakers in my ever for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Carmine's, the Carmine's 95s and the Black Barkley 95s. Those are my favorite 3 sneakers. I would always buy them if I have the opportunity to.
Hey,
always.
Crazy. All right, what's your next question?
How you feel about prostitution? Pussy is the biggest seller of all time, and we could capitalize on it, I think. And personally, I feel like, that's one of our biggest. That's the world's biggest fucking commodity is some good old vagina.
Yeah, it's the world's oldest profession.
Yeah.
I feel like with prostitution, I feel like you are in control of your own body. However, I would like to put some type of infrastructure in place because you don't need pimps and shit like that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like if a nigga willing to pay for some pussy and you want to give some pussy up, like, it's just a business transaction.
Absolutely.
Like, it is what it is. I would like to implement some type of, if that's your job, like, I would like it if you basically report it in somewhere where some type of agency or something like that, where you had to, show your papers, like, you get taxed on it. You're getting taxed on the pussy. Mm-hmm. Not only are you getting taxed on the pussy, right. So if you a black prostitute, you in luck during our administration. But, and the reason I put, like, I feel like it should be some type of administration around it is because one, like, I feel like we need to eliminate pimps. Second of all, we need to make sure that people are getting tested. Mm-hmm. So if the health inspector, for lack of better people to come inspect, I don't know who would come inspect, but you need to show your papers from the last 30 days where you have been checked. And also I feel like condoms should be mandatory unless you can show a record where your John or Jane has been checked, because let's not get it twisted. Like, I don't feel like bitches is like straight up now, first of all, it is women who pay for sex. Second of all, it's a lot of y'all women out here that's paying for sex because y'all niggas don't do shit but lay on the couch and borrow y'all car, and y'all gotta feed them, clothe them, and everything. So y'all paying for dick. You know what I'm saying? It might be inadvertent, but you paying for dick. I just feel like, through my administration, prostitutes, male or female, will have the infrastructure to make sure they're getting paid correctly, that you don't have to give head for $40. There are certain rates that you can put up. You can post your rates, and you got a clean environment. So that's what I would do, as far as prostitution. But yeah, I definitely feel like,
yeah, I mean,
it should be legal.
Yeah, like how can I feel like, how can it be illegal, or like how can you enforce some laws on the motherfuckers who their body? Granted, going back to abortion and all that shit. But if I feel like fucking a motherfucker, and if I feel like getting some pussy and I ain't got to worry about the hassle of like going through, and I would be willing to pay a girl $50 and she's accepting of the pussy. Sounds like a fucking transaction that, everybody's on board with, you know what I mean? So I don't feel like that it should be frowned upon.
Do all men, pay for sex?
Indirectly,
like prostitution. Not indirectly.
Oh, nah.
You're going to find a prostitute.
Nah, I never bought
because I've heard men talk about it like it's just.
Oh, nah, I know mad niggas that'll, I mean, it's just like any other service and convenience. You know what I'm saying? Like, like I know niggas that cheat on, that are married or have been married and they like, without having to deal with the whole fucking, bagging a bitch and then doing this and talking to her and swooning her and shit and trying to, you know what I mean? And, letting her know you married or not letting you know in the secrecy and all that shit. Niggas will just go spend $50, get some pussy just to quench that thirst, so to speak, and then keep it moving. So, you know what I'm saying? It's just like any convenience or any service that you, pay for that you want to, get a service for. You know what I mean? Just like you fucking go to the gas station or get an oil change. You can do the shit yourself, but you know what I mean? You're willing to pay for it.
Yeah.
So it's just like a barber or a fucking cosmetologist. You know what I'm saying? And I don't feel like I don't think that's, if I'm willing to sell myself and make some money, if that's the way that I can do that, I don't think that, y'all motherfuckers, it should be illegal for me to do so. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's what I decide to do. And if somebody's willing to pay for it, and if I'm willing to sell it, just like any other commodity, I feel like, you know what I mean? Like.
So, but let's be clear with my administration, we are not talking about underage. We are not talking about sex trafficking. We are not talking about anybody having sex against their will.
It's got to be
voluntary prostitution.
Yeah,
is what we're talking about here.
That's essentially getting rid of the pimp and shit. If I want to post my shit up online and get a little Cam Soda or some shit going on, and you want to goddamn pull up.
I just learned about Cam Soda. That's crazy.
Yeah, word.
But I'm not into the that world really. So one last, we're gonna have you pick one question. I'm gonna pick one question.
That's all I had. I couldn't go with it, so we're gonna use this one as the last one. Go for it.
You had two.
Yeah, those were good ones because like the other one you had my.
I said fun and real.
Prostitution. It's fun.
That was fun.
Yeah,
my fucking people. God.
Yeah.
All right, nigga. I'm asking two then. What holiday would you create and what holiday would you get rid of?
Columbus Day, we got to get rid of that.
Facts. I'm on the same page. That's the one I was thinking.
That's celebrating genocide. And I would make 420 an official holiday. Like I would make either that. I'd make 420 a holiday. Like everybody gets off. If you smoke weed, like just how cigarette motherfuckers get to take 19 breaks a day because they smoke cigarettes. I feel like if I smoke weed, it should be a celebration of the fact that it's 420 and you should be able to get off and enjoy your day smoking good bud or taking edibles or however you decide to indulge in marijuana.
And now that weed is legal under our administrations, why not?
Yeah, 420.
Hey, you know how crazy it'd be like if it's 420 and like your job hosting a 420?
That'd be hard. Like an after hour.
That'd be lit like
shit. A happy hour or some shit, or
like just during the day, like everybody got smoke coming out their offices and shit like that.
Cinco de Mayo and shit.
But you said people will be off.
Yeah, I mean, or you can decide to work.
But be at work.
I'm gonna be off. I ain't gonna be at work, man. I don't want you to be fucking doing claims and shit and dealing with people's accidents on my watch. So take a day, get high, come back the next day, and enjoy yourself.
I would make your birthday an official holiday for you, like as far as work is concerned.
We get
like your job gotta automatically pay you. They pay you to be off on your birthday? Yeah. That's wild. I've never heard of that.
My birthday is a holiday, so you get an extra vacation day. So we get like 17 days.
Wait, is it a floating holiday or is it specialized?
No, your birthday, the day of your birthday, you can take off. Like, not that specific day. Like if your birthday falls on a Saturday or some shit.
Right, you get to take that day.
You can take that day off and you get that day.
Hey, that's lit as fuck. Yeah. That's lit. Shout out to your job because I never heard of that before. One last
and I'd make mandatory under my presidential shit. I would make mandatory 4-day work weeks, 3-day weekends, and I'd get rid of daylight savings time.
He gave y'all his whole platform. Gotcha. Why would you get rid of daylight savings time?
That shit is stupid. Like, just keep one set time. Like, I would keep daylight. Like, I wouldn't fall back or whatever.
We gotta keep it where, right. Yeah. We can't let it get dark at 5 o'clock.
I guess I ain't, what I meant was I'm getting no fucking fallback. It's just one regular fucking time. You don't have to never adjust your fucking body in your life and get off work and it's fucking shit black outside. You know, that shit is the worst fucking thing in the world at 4 o'clock.
That's true. Last but not least, I'll take a light one because I did my work as I always do. What, under your administration, what trend, whatever trend it falls under, what trend would you make against the law?
These young niggas being so fucking feminine. Like, all these niggas is feminine. Like, you can't really tell who's gay and who's not. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't even know who gay and who ain't. Not that I give a fuck, but like, it is like, damn, all y'all niggas is feminine as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, every one of y'all niggas, like, you got to have a side. I don't know. You either gonna be gay or you're not. You're not gonna be like.
Well, what if you are fluid?
Well, you can't be. I don't know. I don't fucking know.
Oh my God.
I don't know. It's just weird, man. I don't know. Like, I don't know. It's just weird.
I'll be trying to get you through one episode where you don't say no homophobic.
That ain't homophobic.
And you always go there.
I don't think that's homophobic. Just don't be fucking.
That's definitely homophobic if you saying people gotta pick. Like, that's not how sexuality works.
But
like,
y'all niggas, but they be homo-stunting though. That's what I'm saying. Like, y'all niggas don't be gay. Y'all just be wanting to wear fucking bags and fucking purses and shit.
But you didn't articulate yourself that way.
That's what I said.
So that's why I'm trying to lead you to a place where
I literally
you just like either you're gay or you're not.
Yeah, niggas gotta stop being so damn, like, you either gotta be gay or not. Like, stop being so fucking flamboyant if you're not. You know what I mean? Like, it's just gotta be one way or another.
I would make it so that anytime you post some shit on social media that's false, like, it automatically go away. Like, you post some shit that ain't yours, if you fronting about some shit, like, it's illegal. Like, if we find out that you've been doing some illegal shit on social media, we shutting down your social media. You don't get that shit no more. Like, that's it. Cause it goes back to what we was just talking about. Clout fucking chasing. Like, that, let me just phrase it that way. I'll make clout chasing illegal.
Gotcha.
Let's put it that way. I'll make clout chasing illegal if I possibly could. That was good. I want to thank y'all for listening to us. Make sure y'all subscribe to the show. Go to the new webpage, www.theaintshitshow.com. That's an X where the I will be. Follow us on social media at The Ain't Shit Show, and y'all know that we are on Twitter, IG, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, everywhere, or you can listen directly from our site now. You can also write in from our site and things like that. But check us out. Happy 2-year anniversary to us. Shout out to Michael, who is the silent member of the show. He's our engineer, so shout out to Mike for being a part of this and coming in as well when we needed a new sound engineer, so shout out to him. Y'all know, and tell a friend to tell a friend. We 2 years in, we going 2 years stronger, and you know, we gonna get our things, we gonna get our accolades and all that eventually. And we like to end with a quote. And the quote for today is, love yourself first so you know what you deserve. And until the next time, I want y'all to be great and the marathon continues.
See you, bitch.
We out of here, bitches.